Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what it is. It's another edition of First Formation Morning Sports Talk. It's me, your boy Trey, my man Bishop, and we're here ready for formation. Bishop, what's good with you, bruh?
WGO, WGO. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing on this hump day falling? Hopefully, everybody's having a great Wednesday thus far. I know it's early for some, it's later for others, but either way, man, it's good to have y'all on here. For those that are on here, don't look like we got no. Oh, there go one. But we here bringing you the sports and giving you what the sports entails on First Formation. We know we a little under 24 hours before the NBA starts up once again, a little over 24 hours, should I say,
Mhm.
before the NBA starts back up after All-Star weekend. So we got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to go over, so forth and so on. So let's get it, Trey. What's good? How was your Tuesday night, man? I had games to call last night, just so you know.
So, bro, it's interesting you say that. So, initially, we were supposed to, of course, have our games, in which now is like we're in a mad dash to figure it out. So, technically, I have about 8 days
What up, Frat?
total. What's going on, MEB? I have about 8 days total of games left when you take in consideration two for this week, two for next week, and then my usually my season season playoffs is scheduled for 4 days, so Monday through Thursday before we crown the
Mm-hmm.
champion.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where they do that at, but one of the larger units on Fort Polk decided they're going to contract or they're going to utilize the gym, the only gym on the installation with a basketball court, to set up a MST or a weaponeer system. I'm
Hmm?
thinking to myself, like, all these buildings around the
I was about
installation,
to say
y'all.
you ain't got nowhere else to do that
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So of course, if you, of course, non-military or personnel, MST is basically or a weaponeer system is basically a, you could say, like a
at. What
3D
up,
or
T?
a system that's used
Good morning.
to train on certain weapon systems, and usually using TVs, projectors, and motion sensors, and all that type of stuff. So that's what they
Yeah,
decide
it's
to do
basically
is
like
set
for
up.
y'all for to get a grasp. It's almost like virtual reality type stuff. It's like
Yes,
VR.
yeah. So basically, that's what they did. So that's what they're doing currently, and
Mm.
basically, it has shut down any usage of the that particular gym
For how long?
till middle of March, I think, or sometime like that,
What?
sometime in March. So yeah, it,
Dang.
so
So what
now
y'all
it's a.
doing with y'all season?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what. So we're trying to find another one. I There's other gyms that just used for other things. So we might be able to utilize those gyms, but it's gonna come with doing something like maybe a time, alternate time, or maybe alternate day. So I'm supposed to have a conversation with my directors and see what we can do. But so
Okay.
that eliminated us having our games yesterday. Um,
Oh, okay.
and going forth, I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm also getting ready to start soccer season at the beginning of the month, as well as somewhere in the middle of the month, our golf season. So, uh,
Okay.
oh, you know, he was here. Yeah, it's, what I'm saying, basketball, bro. One gym, like basketball, one gym on the whole installation, with a
Right.
that you can have gym. So,
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Especially for you to take it up, but of course, mission first, as they say.
and that's exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But
What
so,
up, Taylor? What up, Taylor?
what's going on? So yeah, so that's basically where we're at now. But I see you getting up early this morning. I mean, you don't get it in like your brother, but I see you up early this morning
Yeah.
at the gym, as I seen your posts and stuff like that. I was like, there he back at it again, huh?
Right. Yeah, I got to, man. I had to nurse my shoulder. Like I said, I had shoulder surgery about a year and a half ago on my rotator cuff. So and I was going to the gym, and they won't do that at
At the
golf
golf
course.
course, yeah.
You're right. They won't interrupt that golf. Oh no, no, no. Too many dignitaries do golf. So they ain't gonna, the general gonna be like, I wish I would try to set up something on the golf course. Yeah, you already know that, LB. They not finna interrupt golf. Too many dignitaries. But yeah. So I had to get back. I started back in the gym this week. I had to give my a shoulder a break to see, make sure I didn't re-tear, because I hear a lot of stories about re-tearing your rotator cuff because you're trying to do too much with it and stuff like that. So,
You think
good
it's
morning,
strong?
Lucian.
You think it's strong enough now? You ready to go?
Yeah, I won't say it's completely back to 100%, but yeah, I'm definitely trying to get back there. I'm definitely putting in some work to try and get back there.
I don't know how many people have felt that the feeling of trying to throw a ball and you like putting all your effort into it and that joint goes like 5 yards. It's like
Bro,
that's like
bro, that
horrible,
feeling
man.
is, yeah, bro. That is a horrible feeling. That is a horrible feeling, bro.
You feel
That
like
is
you
a
put
horrible
all
feeling.
mechanics. You say you're saying step forward, left foot, shift
Yeah,
to the back, and it's like,
yeah, all of that, and then and you sling it. You even got a grunt behind it,
yeah,
and
and
it
it's
go
like,
nowhere, and everybody looking at you like, what?
oh my
You
goodness,
did
that
all that
was
to throw 3 yards?
yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, it
That
sucks,
dead
bro.
arm
It
is no
sucks.
joke.
Yeah, that dead arm is no joke, bro. I will agree to that. Good
Uh,
morning, everyone. How y'all doing, man? Glad to see y'all made formation, man. I ain't got to do no 48 56s on any of y'all, so that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. What up, RJ? What's good,
what's good,
Rodney?
Rodney? What's good? What's good? So I know one of the things, a couple of things came up, especially in the NFL, as it seems like it was never gone. Rogers yesterday did a, oh, he had an appointment. He got an appointment. Like, here you go with
Uh,
the,
there
coming
you
with
go
the
with that.
shenanigans.
Let me see your appointment slip. Let me see it, RJ. Let me see your appointment slip.
So Aaron Rodgers, of course, made an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, which we all know
Mm,
is a pretty a popular show. A proper on a Pat McAfee show to have a conversation.
mm.
Do you know 130,000 people tuned into the show because they probably thought he was going to
Gonna
do
give it an announcement.
yeah, and so so do you think that was a publicity stunt, or say what do
Oh
you think,
yeah,
or it was just
Rodgers knew what he was doing. Aaron, yeah. Aaron knew exactly what he was doing. He knew he's trying to set the table, get everybody ready for his big announcement, whichever it's gonna be. A lot of people don't feel like he's coming back, and I don't either. I don't think he's coming
you
back.
think he's done now?
I think he's done. I don't think he's coming back to Green Bay, man. I don't. I think he's going somewhere else. I really believe that. I don't see a reason why you would hold out this long to stay with Green Bay. That's my thing. If you, I mean, they didn't already offer you the money. They offered you the money. Like, what other reason do you have for holding out on saying if you was gonna stay in Green Bay? It ain't like you want money, I don't think. Plus, him and Pat are friends. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, they real close friends.
They are.
But yeah, so I don't know. What I didn't get a chance to catch the conversation really, but I did know what I from the articles and stuff in which I read. I did see that I guess he at the end of it or towards the end of it, he basically alluded to he's not ready to make that decision yet.
Right.
Um, I wondered will
Absolutely, Key.
what she
Absolutely,
said.
Key.
Adams is waiting to see what he does.
I
Uh,
believe that. I totally believe that. I believe the
I,
same thing for Gronk in regards to Tom Brady too. I totally agree to all. I said the same thing about Gronk. Gronk hasn't retired again yet either, and I think he's waiting on Tom too. Go ahead, Trey.
so
What you about to say?
yeah, I was just saying that maybe it was a little presumptuous for everyone to think that he was going to do it then or he was going to talk about it then. Me personally, I probably wouldn't stand by because I feel like so it's going to be news anyway. So it's no different from me sitting up and wait. I ain't gonna say wasting my time unless I really want to sit and listen to everything that was going to be said. But it I I'm gonna wait for it. I'm not sure if I'm with y'all yet exactly where I'm saying like I actually think he's probably going to go somewhere else. I think he wants to get another one or potentially get another Super Bowl. So I would think that he's probably going to exit stage right and go on the stage left and go ahead and get on with another team. But of course, we know that has to be a trade, and that becomes a little cumbersome. So if unless he's willing to wait 3 years. Uh, 3 years to extend his career,
What up, Freddie?
play the 1 year in Green Bay, and then go ahead and do 2 years at whatever organization he goes to next. I
Mm.
think that's where it falls. I'm not sure because I would think that Green Bay will probably ask for a whole lot to get Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it's just going to be a third round pick and they'll say something else. I think they're gonna ask for a good amount, probably a second
You
round
think
pick.
so?
Yeah, potentially they're giving someone a Super Bowl at the end of the day, potentially.
Potentially,
So
that's facts. That's true. Depending on where he go, yeah, that possibly could be it. That possibly could be it.
so additionally to that, while we're on Green Bay, I had a little, but since it got brought up to discussion, um, Devontae Adams has not had any words or anything with Green Bay. So, of course, around the 3rd or 18th or somewhere, some basically sometime next month, Green Bay could potentially franchise tag him and have him uh and have him and keep him on in that way without, I mean, because they already have committed to Rodgers already. Do you think this is a situation, or this is what, decipher that for me, Bishop?
In
Devontae
regards to in
Adams,
regards
yeah,
to
he hasn't contact. They haven't had any contacts. He's potentially up for a franchise tag. You think the league? I mean, Green Bay is like, oh, well, we're finna tag you anyway, so we ain't got to say nothing to you.
it's possible. Yeah, it's like Anthony said. It's possible. They could possibly franchise tag him, and then yeah, he pretty much stuck. So yeah, that might be what they're more. I think they're more focused on Aaron right now. Green Bay front office. I think they're
Try to
more
keep him.
focused. Yeah, trying to see what they can do with Aaron, or at least see what they can get for him. So right now, Devontae Adams is probably on the back burner. Like you said, they have that leverage, being that they can franchise tag him and pretty much keep him. So yeah, yeah, they focus is Aaron right now. That's what Green Bay is focused on. They ain't worried about Devontae yet as of right now. Not until they figure out what's going on with Rodgers.
So, do you think Devontae would be a key thing in getting Rodgers to stay and not leave?
See, I don't know, man. That's the thing, right? Because at one point, that's what I thought. I
Hmm.
was thinking that maybe but being that they haven't done anything with Vontae, maybe that is the reason why Aaron ain't said nothing. That could be the reason why Aaron hasn't said anything, because we still do know that Aaron did say he does not want to be a part of a rebuild. So maybe Aaron is waiting on Devontae and Devontae's waiting on Aaron. Whether or not they, are communicating between each other is yet to be determined. But that could be what both of them are doing, waiting on one another to see who's gonna pull what trigger and go what direction. The only bad thing for Devontae is, yeah, they can franchise tag him. And then Aaron could just say, once they franchise, oh well, now he can say, oh well, maybe I will, stay, or maybe I'll go ahead and leave. Do you think they might trade Adams and tag Rodgers? Ooh, I can't see him tagging Rodgers.
Yeah, they don't need to tag Rodgers because
Yeah,
Rodgers is already on contract.
right. Yeah,
So
he's already he still got a
yeah,
contract with him.
so
I don't see
it's
them
like
tagging
it's basically vice versa. Like they would need to tag Devontae in order to keep
Rodgers. Right.
him there, and they would need to trade Rodgers in order to move on from there. So
Or
it's
resign him,
yeah,
or get him to resign.
or get him or get him to restructure or
His
extend him.
contract. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting you say that. So initially I was on the same thing like you was just saying, like, okay. But now I think my thoughts are Devontae has been there and they haven't did anything with Devontae there. So it's not necessarily Devontae. They need more besides Devontae. Because basically they've had Devontae, they've had Aaron Jones, they have
Hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, and then they have a bunch of mediocre, or saying, like he's turned Tunyon, the tight end, into something, but of
Right.
course he's injured, so it's like, but what else do they have outside of that? And
Right.
I think that's what's the lackadaisical portion when it comes to their offense. Like he can be great, but
Hmm.
he's great because he has to throw. He's got a proven receiver in Devontae Adams. Uh, what's that? Scantling, Peoples, and them.
Hmm.
Saint Brown are people in which he passes to here and there. But for the
Hmm.
most part, his primary, they brought back on Cobb, but his primary receiver is Devontae Adams.
Facts.
So
The number one. He is the number one.
he's definitely without a clear doubt. And when you think about it, it could be hence the reason his utilization rate is extremely high, which puts him in the stratosphere of, yeah, he's very sought after because Aaron Rodgers has made him. I mean, their tandem has made them look good. But
Hmm.
what comes of it when one of them are gone or the other? So that becomes interesting. So that's why I look at it now, like I don't necessarily think that it's about Devontae. He's probably
Hmm.
a key piece, but I
Hmm.
think it's a more of a situation to where they're like definitely they're probably like one is on the other, but at the end of the day, it, they've been together for this time, and the best they can do is the NFC Championship 2 years in a row, and then maybe the number one seed a couple of those years. That's
Hmm.
basically what it comes out to. So I think it's more needed than Rodgers and or Devontae definitely in there. The only person who really holds their, I mean, they hold their own at their top three skill positions in Jones, Adams, and Rodgers, but you need more. This isn't basketball. A big three don't get it here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. It's 11 players on the field instead
It's
of five.
11, yeah. So it's a completely different situation. So
Yeah.
me as a GM, I wonder if Rogers play out his contract. What he says.
And tags Adams for 1 year, one more year. Me as a
Uh,
GM, I would. Oh, as me as a GM, I would make Rogers play out his contract and tag. But you can't make Rogers play out his
yeah,
contract
he could he
because
can he could
he could.
retire.
Yeah. Well, not only that, he could also just sit out like he had threatened to do in the first place in the beginning
Hmm.
of this season, this past season. He had threatened to sit out. So you could find yourself, Anthony, as a GM in a bad place because now if he sit out, now you putting in Jordan Love, and now okay,
And now you expose either you elevate or you expose him at
right,
this point. Like,
right.
is Jordan Love going to be that? You know, so is it?
And they had a opportunity, and they allowed Jordan Love to play a little bit, and you see, instead of drafting Jordan Love, they should have got a receiver. Well,
It's I mean it's that's subjective key, and the only
yeah,
reason I
that
say that
is.
the only reason I said that because what we sounds like is we're pacifying Rodgers. They did they did exactly what they needed to did. They did exactly what they needed to do
Facts, Anthony.
to get to go for their organization. They went and
Right.
got what they think is probably a good quarterback,
Which
snatched him up from
right.
someone else. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like you know what I'm saying that's a move they do when it comes down to hey we need to secure our future. You can't sit
Facts.
around and wait for Rodgers. And now what they're doing is we don't know what Love's ceiling is
Right.
or what because he showed glimpses here. He showed glimpses. It's like okay, maybe not. We don't know yet. And until Rodgers is gone, they won't know.
And I
So,
don't think it was a bad move for them to get Jordan Love. To be honest, I don't. I
mm-hmm,
don't feel like you said, you got to think about your future. We know
mm-hmm,
Rodgers is on his back, is on the back end of his career. We looking at Rodgers. Maybe you can't you see, and I think a lot of people to look at Rodgers trying to be somewhat like Tom Brady, but all quarterbacks can't do the all the way up to 44 or 45 years old. That's
mm-hmm.
not every quarterback can't do that. So you're looking at Rodgers. I think he's what 37, 36,
37,
37.
38, 38, or
Yeah,
something like that.
like that. So Rodgers may have a good 2 to 3 more years on his in
In
him
his
to finish, yeah, to play. And so you have to look at your future, and that was an opportunity to pick a quarterback because, of course, as me and Trey have said numerous times, this year is definitely not a quarterback draft. Definitely not a quarterback draft. You definitely wouldn't want to pick a quarterback out this draft, in my opinion.
mm-hmm.
Not saying that they won't be good. That's yet to be
It's just
determined.
right now, yeah, it's
Right,
yeah
but
to be determined.
out of the draft that they picked Jordan Love out of in the draft now, you was better picking in a quarterback out of that draft than you were this draft.
Yeah, you
So
never know what you're gonna get at the end of the day.
facts.
Excuse me. And so, additionally, we're talking about quarterbacks. Do you think it's about time? Do you think, even though, because I know they have a special situation in New Orleans, do you think it's time for a new signal caller there? They have Taysom
In New
Hill.
Orleans?
Yeah,
Okay.
they have Taysom Hills, who's basically already he's already signed basically for additional another 3 years because he just did a
He got a
large
big
extension.
contract, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he got
just
a
did a
huge
large
contract.
extension. And
Right.
then, but you have James Winston, who basically is leaving now. Well, not leaving. He's a free agent. Has an option to leave, and they have a new coach in New Orleans. So,
Right.
do you think they're going to go after another signal caller? Because what I did not know, even though Taysom went undefeated or lost one game, he lost one game, going 4-1 when he started, and James Winston 5-2 when he started. Taysom was bad. like his metrics was pretty. I ain't gonna say bad. They were below average. I say that he finished with like a 65 quarterback rating or 76 quarterback rating at the end of the season. He
Mhm.
had four touchdowns to 5 or 6 interceptions. Like, but I mean, they won those games. So what do you feel like is going to go on in New Orleans? Of course, they're 74, 76 million
over cap.
above the salary cap.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is going to go on in New Orleans? If you were
So
Jameis, are you leaving or are you trying to fight for that job?
so to answer Anthony's Price's question first is you pay he'll all that money, shit, let him start what you have to lose. As a new intern,
James,
as a new
get a
coach coming
job.
in, you have a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose as a new coach coming in to New Orleans. Because if he does not pan out with all that money, which the new coach had nothing to do with him getting paid, if he does not pan out, that's not gonna look bad on him. Well, I mean, it's gonna look bad on Hill too, but it's also gonna look bad on the coach. Cause you saying play him because he got paid, but if he not producing, I really feel like Hill is way overpaid. Way
Yeah,
overpaid.
I think he got paid for what he could be
Yeah.
in the
And
as a
hasn't shown
gadget
that.
player, what he
Right.
could be as a gadget player as opposed to what he could be as a quarterback.
Right.
And so with that system, but now that saying that was Sean Payton's system. Although Tim Allen is still there, saying he was there, but Tim Allen was an offensive coordinator. He's a defensive coordinator.
Right.
So, saying now you're looking at you have Taysom Hill to where you have to install that same type of offense possibly for him to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you able to make him strictly a quarterback that has the ability to run uh, or get out the pocket and go? Like it's late in his career now for him to change those stripes. I just don't think. I think I think he'll be a gadget player. He's not. He's a high paid backup at this point,
He really is.
in
He
my
really
opinion.
is.
But I
He
mean,
really is. And he's not worth
until
that
he
money.
shows until he can show that, okay,
Yeah.
I can be a starting quarterback in this league. I get paid starting quarterback money.
Right. Yeah, me personally, I don't know why you would. I don't know why they threw all that money at Taysom Hill, like you said, for a backup position because he was as long as Drew was there, he definitely wasn't gonna start over Drew. So I don't
Hmm.
understand. And they paid him that money before Drew left. So I don't even
Well,
understand.
they paid him 7 or 8 million before Drew left,
Right.
and then they came around a year or two later and gave him another extension, which I didn't understand that. Like
Right.
I
It didn't make no sense.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah,
You gave him the 7, 8 million while Drew was there. Why'd you pay him even more?
after the
In
fact.
hopes, and I'm assuming it was in hopes that he was gonna be the Drew fill in and be able to take over the team. But that's to me, Taysom is not that dude. Now, in regards to your question, Trey, in regards to Jameis, um, if I was Jameis, I'd see what they saying, see what they talking about. If it's a fair quarterback competition between myself and Taysom, so so be it. Let's go in here, let's battle. May the best man win. You know what I'm saying? Um, and if I
So
lose, I lose and I move on. But
would I
if
have to come
not,
to the table?
mhm.
Would I have to come to the table with saying that we're going to pay you equally or more than Taysom to even
So
get you?
if I win, because this is the thing, right? So of course, what they got to get paid prior to the season starting, and
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's what I say. The
that's including
negotiations have
off
to go happen
season.
before then.
Yeah. So me personally, if I'm Jameis,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily saying I want as much as Taysom because again, I just said Taysom was overpaid. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming I'm not going to ask for as much as Taysom because I do feel like myself, and if I'm Jameis, I have to prove myself. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I proved myself a bit last season, but I got hurt, so I didn't prove myself with longevity
Okay.
and consistency. So therefore, I can't really ask for as much money as Taysom, which, like I said, he don't deserve. However, I still deserve a decent amount of money because of the fact that I have the
I can't be the
possibility of being
starting
your starter.
quarterback. I
Right.
can't be the starting quarterback making less than
Facts.
making less than the backup.
Facts. Facts. That part. That part. You know what I'm saying? Sean Payton set the Saints up. He knew what he was doing. So what do you mean by that, Anthony? By him retiring? You mean he set him up? Like I don't get it. What do you mean he set him up? I don't understand what you mean by that. Because so are you saying Anthony that Sean Payton left knowing that they was well over the cap and was like, look, y'all got this. I'm not, man, I'm not dealing with this. And Andrew is gone. I'm out of here. I'm doing what Drew do. I'm out of here. Is that what you mean? Because I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna say. Of course, we're not gonna sit here and say that he went forth with all the malice in his heart to be like,
Mhm,
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Like this is like basically saying he had a 2 year plan. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna extend. I want stand on the desk to extend Taysom,
mhm,
and then after I extend Taysom, we're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and Michael Thomas came. I want to slip him and make sure that the toxic. I have a toxic relationship with my top wide receiver, and as all said and done, I'm just gonna go ahead and retire and come back later for the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't think that he went forth with that mindset.
mhm.
Look at him. You can't rebuild the
Hell
team.
yeah. You can't rebuild a team with you over something. Facts. That I totally agree with you, AP. Anthony Bright, I totally agree with you. You're right, Anthony. You can't. And like you say, I mean, in a way, yeah, Sean Payton, you have to look at it like you've been with Drew for all this time. Drew says, "Well, look, man, Sean, look, bro, I'm out, bro. I'm done. We over cap, man. I probably advise you to go ahead and leave after this year too, bro. But I'm letting you know I'm going now. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm about to go up here in the booth. Good luck to you this season, man. And I'll catch you on the back end. But and Sean probably thought about it after the season. He lost Jameis. Jameis went down, and then Taysom didn't pan out the way he supposed to pan out in regards to all the money he spent. And Sean was probably like, man, Drew, man, I knew you was right, man. I'm gone, man. I'm out.
Sean hit him with a woo child.
Woo, child, I'm out of here, bro. And I totally agree with you, bro. Yeah, Sean may have been like, man, that's just too much. And it is being said that the whole team is paid. They the next Cowboys. But they're saying now. I'm gonna tell you like this, right? And this is what I think. I
Mhm.
feel like if Sean Payton ends up somewhere else, it's definitely because if he ends up coaching somewhere else, it's definitely he definitely left New Orleans because of that being over the salary cap. I truly believe that. If Sean Payton ends up somewhere else coaching, I truly believe it's yeah. Without question, I
And
believe.
what you almost could assimilate that. Like he's gonna go somewhere else. I think he left and wasn't ready to stop coaching anyway, but he figured
Right.
like maybe a
Because
year.
it was abruptly. It was like he left with like no one saw that coming. It was like out the blue. Sean Payton retires. Like what? What? Like ain't he like 13? How's he retiring at 13? Like he Sean Payton, like nobody seen that. He just came back off that suspension he was on
Hmm.
a couple of years. Like, come on, he already retiring? Like you had to see that coming. No one seen that coming, man. No one seen that coming. No one. And if you a a coach, and you know you over the cap, and then you got a quarterback in Jameis and Taysom, yeah, you questioning your stay at any team. You questioning your stay at any team. I don't want these problems. I don't want these problems.
He sit back and look at it, it's like, man, he's like, I just got married. I ain't trying to have no
Yeah,
stress. Like,
I
I'm
got
done
other
for.
stuff to worry about. I ain't got time to worry about that, man. Give me like he probably a lot like Aaron Rodgers, man. Give me I'm not trying to rebuild. Send me to a team that's already got some players and it's under the cap, and I can make things work.
So I
I
ask
really
you
feel like
this: when you say Aaron Rodgers, it brings up another question. What is please and help me understand, get me on right track, be my compass. What is all the hoopla behind Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, and why is it that they're presumably the reasons they will shape what the season will look like this coming year?
what do you mean the hoopla?
Like,
Well, we know
okay,
why. Well, we know the hoop. Hold on, I know you know why the hoopla is
I
about
mean,
Aaron
Okay,
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay,
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 okay.
okay. But what's
Okay.
the hoopla about?
Just talk about
Russell?
him being traded and going somewhere too. Like him, the expectation
Well,
is Wilson will go to no, that he's gonna stay in Seattle. Like
no, they are talking about. Some people are saying that he may come to Philly. I've seen that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen that one too. Yeah, actually, I have. I think it's the same reason. To be honest with you, I
Hmm.
think it's the same reason to answer your question. I think it's the same reason why the hoopla is about Aaron, because Aaron and both Russell Wilson both are pretty much in the same boat. Both of them got
Stop
a Super
it.
Bowl ring. No,
Stop
listen what
it.
I'm saying. In this aspect,
Okay.
both of them got Super Bowl rings. Both of them are on the back end of their career. Both of them are been with the team in which drafted them, and both of them have one star player on their team outside of themselves. They're basically in the same boat. Yeah, now we know Russell's stats and numbers don't match Aaron's. That's
Hmm.
about the major difference. But other than that, everything else is the same. For the most part, everything else is the same.
So,
Age, age, players, same one Super Bowl, team rebuild. They pretty much in the same boat, in my
I,
opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, you might not agree to that, but in my opinion, I feel like they're in the same boat, and that's why the hoopla
so
is about them too, right?
you're basically saying they're the same without calling Russell a boat.
Facts, absolutely, 100%. Yep,
Huh.
yep. Because if you give Russell Wilson, Aaron stats, he's the boat, right? He's literally the
True.
boat,
So Anthony, I see
and that's the
a
only
lot of
thing
rumors.
is the stats.
Sats,
Carr
which
to
comes in again.
Washington. I seen a lot of rumors. Tom Brady to the 49ers, Carr to Washington, Wilson to the Eagles, Jimmy G to Tampa Bay, Murray to Dallas. Murray, woo! Now look, Anthony, don't come on here with all these darn rumors. Good morning, Irma. Don't come on here with all these rumors. Now I heard the Tom Brady to the 49ers. I did hear that. I didn't hear the Carr to the Washington. I definitely didn't hear that one. Wilson, I just spoke about. I heard him to the Eagles, and Jimmy G to Tampa Bay. I did hear that. I haven't heard about Murray to the Dallas thing either. I hadn't heard that one. But if that's the rumors out here, oh, that's some
So,
serious moving.
so,
That's some serious
so,
movement right there, bro. That's some
so just
serious
to be,
movement.
just to, so when you look at this, I,
Mm-hmm.
Brady, San Francisco, you already know me as a 49er fan. I'm not with
You
that.
know, Anthony, you knew he was going to say something about that because I
I'm not
said
with
this
that.
the other day because
I'm
I
not
did
with
see
that.
that about Tom Brady going to the 49ers. I did say that. And I said
Carr to
he did not
Washington.
like it. He did not like it.
Carr to Washington. So
Carr to
maybe I'm
Washington.
missing something about Carr, man. Like I now, if that was the
I like
case, that
Carr.
might be.
You don't like Carr.
I
What don't
don't
you
know,
like
man.
about Carr?
I don't know. I gotta take a look at more in depth look at Carr because I don't
Why
get
don't you
what
like
everyone
Carr?
sees in Carr. But I do think that him to Washington will basically make a difference because Washington. I don't know how everyone else feel. Anthony, he's a Washington fan. I think they got a pretty good receiving core if healthy, and they
And their
have
defenses is set too.
yeah. So maybe that does help Washington. Wilson to the Eagles. I'm not
I
sure,
did hear
Bishop,
that.
how you would feel about that. Jimmy G, Tampa Bay. Of course, we continue to hear things about
I
that.
like
I'm
the
not.
Wilson. I like the Wilson to the Eagles simply because, and I'm gonna tell you why. When I
Okay.
seen it, I've seen that a few times actually for the past couple of weeks. The reason why, and I want you to finish what you were saying though, Trey.
Hmm.
The reason why I like Wilson to the Eagles is because he can mentor Jalen. That's why
So
I like
that
that
brings
part.
up a good question. So I was
Okay.
about to ask these two questions. I was about to ask one question that
Mm-hmm.
fits two people on this, or fits two things on this comment.
Mm-hmm.
If this was to go into fruition,
Mm-hmm.
does Dak and Jalen stay in those areas? I don't foresee it.
Well, see, this is the thing, right? So if Murray
Mhm.
goes to Dallas, because Murray is a free agent, I think. If
No, he
Murray
still
goes,
has a year.
he has a year. Okay, so they would
Yeah,
have to be a trade.
yeah, because he's on his last year. Then of course they can pick up his 5th year option, and
Okay.
then after
I
that,
didn't know if
so
he was on his last year or if he was complete free agent. Okay, so he does have 1 year left. So that means Murray, if Murray goes to Dallas, that would have to be a trade. So that means if they trade, that means Dak would not be in. I don't see them keeping Dak and Murray in Dallas. One of them
one
would
would
have
probably go. Yeah.
Dak would have to go. Dak would not. Now Dak going to Arizona, who is that a bad idea? Not necessarily, because Arizona does have,
D
um,
Hop.
D Hop,
Ertz.
yeah, which is still well, but Kyler Murray over there with all them weapons, and then he had CD Lamb, who he played with. Ugh, ugh. I'm just saying. So I don't know. I haven't heard the Murray Dallas thing, but what would you say about Jimmy to Tampa Bay?
Oh, I think Jimmy to Tampa Bay is possible, but my next question is: do you think they would keep Jalen
Oh yeah.
with the
If
Wilson?
we got Wilson, yes, I would hope they would. I don't know if they would, but I would hope they would because again, the Jalen's, the Justin Fields, the Jordan Loves, all of them, they need guidance. They need a mentor. They need somebody who is experienced, who's a veteran, who could come in and give them and show them the ropes of the game and be someone to mentor them and show them how to be a better quarterback in the NFL. And I think I personally would keep Jalen because I look at it, if whatever reason, if Wilson was to get hurt, and Jalen would as a backup is not a bad tandem. I'm just saying. It's not a bad trade. If you trade Wilson, that means Hurts' job is in trouble. Not necessarily, bro, because again, like in my opinion, Anthony, not necessarily because again, just like Aaron, Wilson and Aaron only got a few years left on their contract. I mean, in a you know, not on their contract, but they only got a few years left to play. In other words, both of them, I feel like
A
Russell
little left
and
in the tank.
yeah, in the tank. Thank you. 3 years max, maybe 4 years max left for both of them, and they're done. They're out. In my personal opinion, especially Wilson, because he done took some major hits. So I feel like Wilson and Aaron, both of them, got maybe 3 to 4 years max, and they're done. So with that being said, that gives Jalen more than enough time to be mentored by Wilson and stuff like that. That's just my take on it. Murray, though, if that is true, and we do know Murray is from Dallas, or yeah, he is from the Dallas area. That's home. That's home for him. So him coming to Dallas, that would be scary. That would be real scary. I just don't see. The only problem with that though,
Hmm.
I don't see that working with him and DeMarco. I mean, not DeMarco. Um, um, what's his name? The running back.
Who is y'all running back?
No, I'm talking about with Dallas.
Oh, you talking about Zeke
Zeke.
Elliott?
I don't think they. I don't think you can't. You both of them can't be leading rushers. Murray. That's Murray's strong point, being able to run out of the
Get out the
pocket.
pocket. Hmm.
Hmm. And I just don't see that. I don't see that tandem being effective. I feel like now, yeah, I don't see that being effective. I was about to say, what about a trade? No, that wouldn't happen. I was like, well, would you trade Murray for Zeke?
And then what you even then, like you said, Murray for Zeke, or even trade or moving, you still have a situation to where um, Amari Cooper may not be back next year.
Right. They still figuring out
Yeah,
with him.
what's
Yeah.
going to happen, and then you got Gallup. Gallup may not come back next year. I know he got
Michael.
injured, but
Hmm.
Michael Gallup might come back, and he might decide to go elsewhere and use his talents elsewhere. So
Hmm.
right now they have weapons, but by the end of the season or
We
by
don't
the
know.
end of the off season, there's no
Right.
telling what they're going to look like. So of course, built off of what they currently are, what they currently have, it
Right.
looks pretty good to have Kyler Murray, who can extend the play,
Hmm.
who himself is a threat, because if you turn your back and he's scurrying up the field, you have to worry about trying to tackle this guy.
Hmm.
And then maybe the Elliott and Murray connection won't be as bad, because you got to figure out which one you're getting. You got Power that's banging the line, and then you got him that can take off at any time.
But then again, you know what? Let me ask you this, Trey. When have
Yes,
you
sir.
seen something like that?
We haven't
When,
seen anything like it in a
when
while.
you've
Or
had when you've had a quarterback like that in like a Kyler Murray with a
oh, you know
running back
what?
like Zeke. Who? Yeah.
You know
When have
where
you
like
seen?
I think the last time we seen that was when uh Jamar Jackson, Lamar Jackson, and he
Who?
played for the Saints now.
Not who? Not
Not
Kamara, but
Kamara, no. Running back. What's his name? Oh my goodness, he went to Alabama. Yeah, right. Like Ronnie said, the Ravens when Lamar Jackson and
who was it?
let me see.
Absolutely, Anthony. Absolutely. That's exactly my thought process. That's exactly my thought process. Like
Mark
Jalen
Ingram.
Mark Ingram. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mark
Ingram.
Ingram. Yeah, yeah,
Him
yeah,
and
yeah,
him
yeah.
and yeah, when him and Ingram had I think that's the year he won the
Not
MVP.
Lewis. You
Yeah,
Lewis.
not Lewis. That's you went
Wait, that was
way.
before Lamar.
Yeah.
That was before Lamar. You
So
talking
yeah,
about he's talking about Ingram, Mark Ingram. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But Ingram
But was
and
Ingram
Jackson
on the
was
same level as Elliott though?
he wasn't,
Yeah,
but he was a bruiser and
right.
he was effective that year. And then after that, I don't know what happened after that year. He I think
You good,
as
Rodney?
as I think it was one of those situations as Jackson went because Jackson like powered that train. As
Mm-hmm.
he went, then it made Ingram effective because
Mm-hmm.
you didn't know what you're gonna get. They ran
Right.
RPOs, they ran the options, they ran
Mm-hmm.
different things, so you ain't know when the ball was gonna be in Ingram's hand, which
Mm-hmm.
means they had to account for
Both of them.
Jackson, and it's like it was a problem. So
Right, right.
that
Which could be
so
dangerous in Dallas
yes,
with Zeke and Kyler.
yeah.
That could be real dangerous. It could be. And now you putting Kyler there, now you are definitely putting them in consideration for making a playoff or a Super Bowl run. I do. I could see that. I'm surprised. I hate Applewhite on here because I would love to hear his take on that. You know, and Kyler Murray coming to Dallas, but yeah, those are the rumors. Except for the few Anthony, I hadn't heard the Murray rumor, and I hadn't heard it, or in the car rumor going to Washington. I hadn't heard that. But the rest
So
of them I had heard.
that's it's a good thing you just said the car going to Washington. Let's talk about that. So, what do you think, especially Anthony Price being that the and Jordan? That's some fun factual. We
That's
have
his
two
team. Yeah.
Washington Commander team player fans on here. What do you think? Who's going to be at the helm for the Commanders? Like, what are y'all looking for? Actually,
Who's
do
their
y'all think
quarterback right now?
Chad Heineke?
Johnny
So
Heineke. That's who it is.
so
That's right.
do y'all hold on to Heineke? Do you keep him and hope that you can
Right.
develop him
Good
because
question.
he did have some
Some upside. He
yeah
did.
upside or Redskins for life.
Y'all not Redskins no more.
Commander, sir,
I
Commanders.
think you need to change the name, sir. Change the name.
So
Y'all not Redskins. Y'all
or do
Commanders.
y'all look for something like we was just saying, like a Carr, a Garoppolo, a Winston, like these players, Tyrod Taylor? Does he get a spin? Do you
That
bring back
good.
Fitzmagic? Like what is it that
Do
the
you go back and get
Washington
Dwayne
Commander?
Haskins?
Yeah, Haskins. Like they'll say. So, what is it that you?
Y'all
What is
looking
the
for?
expectations?
Right.
Like
What are y'all looking for?
realistic. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, yeah.
Realistic
What are y'all looking
expectation.
for? Yeah. Do y'all feel like y'all can make it with Heineke, or do y'all feel like y'all need somebody else to take the seat?
Oh, so Jordan said he's looking. He keep Heineke.
Keep Heineke, keep the QBU, and work with what you have. Anthony has something different. I bet. I'll take Wilson over Carr and keep Taylor as a backup. If we get another wide receiver, we golden. Okay. Oh, you'll take Wilson over Carr and keep
Keep
Taylor
Taylor as a
as a
backup.
backup.
Tight
Okay.
end.
Okay.
Woo.
Tyrod, I see that. I could see where you're coming with that, Anthony. I can see where I can see where you're coming with that. That's not a, and then pick up a wide receiver. Yeah, because y'all up there, where y'all at in picks in the draft? Yeah, that could be definitely yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Anthony. That makes sense. Injuries on defense is what killed it. Yeah, facts. Told straight facts. When what you call went down, yeah, that definitely hurt y'all drastically. Drastically. But y'all are having back this season, this upcoming season. So that's good. So now y'all just gotta focus on your offense. You know that how hard it is to have a good backup QB. I do. I do. That's why I said I would love to keep Jalen along with Wilson if we was to get him. Because you're right, it is hard to have a backup QB. So not too many teams can do that. The last team to do that was who? Of course, my Philadelphia Eagles. we had, you know what I'm saying, to back up Carson Wentz, we had Foles who came in and won us the Super Bowl, baby. So yeah.
Okay, number 11. That's what their pick.
Oh, y'all got number 11 pick? Okay.
And it's
That's not
rumored.
bad. So y'all definitely what
It's
up?
rumored.
There go AP. There you go. There you go. Y'all definitely with 11th pick, yeah, y'all could definitely get a decent wide receiver without a doubt. I don't the receiving core. I haven't really paid attention. I'm going to because I know the I'm definitely gonna look at the combine coming up when it comes up next week, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm definitely gonna pay attention to the combine and see who's coming out. Y'all definitely stay tuned to first formation. We definitely gonna talk about the combine and who we feel are gonna be assets to coming out to what teams, so forth and so. We need y'all need a secondary.
Yeah, so their second. So I've seen where the talks has been secondary for them getting Kyle Hamilton, safety from Notre Dame. But additionally, I've also seen where supposedly they've taken a look at a quarterback picking up Pickett.
Oh, out of a Pitt.
Yeah, so I guess it remains to be seen what it is exactly that they're going to do. Of course, like you said, you never know who's going to put what they're going to put in front. Like I said, of course, like Anthony was talking about, if they keep Taylor Heineke, moving to a backup role, bring in a more established quarterback, someone for him
Mm-hmm.
to learn under.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that'd be ideal for him. I don't know. Do you think Russell Wilson is that person for them to learn under?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not.
Absolutely.
So I look at it
Absolutely.
like they have their situations are different. I believe Russell Wilson being a smaller quarterback, he was a 6th round pick, and then he used his attributes. I believe has helped him immensely. Um, I don't know if Taylor. I think Taylor might have a little more, might be perceived to have a little more skill than what Russell had coming in. It's just a matter of Russell basically built upon what he has, and it was successful as well as a defense uh and a couple of other things when he was in Seattle. So I don't know if the same there's Russell's skill set lines up with Heineke's skill set at the end of the day.
Well, does it necessarily have to though? To be honest,
I guess not, maybe not, because I guess
yeah,
it's
because I
still
don't
like
feel
I'm
like
a quarterback. I'm still the quarterback.
right, right. I think for the most part, when it comes to mentoring and stuff like that, you just give you as a rookie, or you as
A
the
second
person
year,
learning. Yeah,
learn a new player.
yeah, you're just dissecting the things in which you see, and you're taking it all in on what you're learning from the veteran. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You see the things in which he does. You pay attention to their work ethic. You see how he is with the players. You see, how he, when it comes to play calling, how he does it a little, maybe, which may be a little different than what you're doing it,
Hmm.
and how he commands the field, so forth and so on. So, I think Russ is a good person to be a mentor for, because Russell is that, like, I don't see nobody disliking Russell Wilson.
Hmm.
He's that likable person by everybody just because of the type of person he is. You know, um, he's that person that I think a lot of teammates probably look up to and listen to. I feel like he's probably one of a great leader. Mentor is more about teaching and learning, not mimicking their style. Exactly, absolutely. That's exactly what a mentor is. You just want to take bits and pieces that's going to make your game better. I'll be happy getting into the playoffs. Oh, you just be happy making it to the
So
playoffs, Anthony?
let's go ahead and finish what you're saying, because I like to talk about that. But go ahead and finish what you're saying.
In regard, yeah. So I mean, when it comes to Russell, he's like, unlike Aaron Rodgers. The thing about Aaron Rodgers, there's a lot of people that dislike Aaron Rodgers because a
Hmm.
lot of people feel like Rodgers is very arrogant. He's very. A lot of people feel like Aaron Rodgers is very self-centered. Um, they feel like he's just not that dude. Now, a lot of people do feel like Aaron Rodgers is a great teammate,
Hmm.
but however, he's not a Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson can be the face of a lot of things, I feel like. And I feel like, he could go to any team and they'll feel like Russell Wilson is a great person to come into the organization and come into the locker room and make a change. Um, Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, when he comes into the locker room, I don't feel like he'll make a change because of who he is and his name. But at the same time, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is more of a like I said, a self-centered person. So he's going. I feel like he's coming in the locker room more of a person who's not going to share a whole lot. In other words, if it ain't like Aaron Rodgers ain't finna come in here and just carry on a full conversation with somebody. Whereas Russell is, likable by everybody, and he's gonna come in and he's just gonna just go with the flow with everybody in the locker room. So that's just how I see it with Russ, and that's why I think he would be a great addition if the rumors are true with him going to Philly, in my personal opinion.
Okay, so to go back to this first, Applewhite actually made a good point too. So this, I believe, puts Heineke in the same boat as Love. Like you have a player,
Mm-hmm.
you've seen, like of course we've seen more flashes, or we've seen more Heineke get more time than Love did. But at the end of the day, Roger's like a sorry for class on the last duty station trying to.
Yeah, absolutely, Rodney. Absolutely, that's exactly what he is. He just on the back end, hoping to win another Super Bowl before he close out his career.
So, Rodney, Anthony, what do y'all say to this? Heineke needs to time now. He doesn't need mentorship. So, do you think this is a fair statement, or do you think that it could be a damning situation if he continues to play at how and not improve and doesn't help out his situation?
Love. So I wouldn't say love sucks, Anthony. I
And,
just
and
feel
here's
like
the
he
reason the
just
conversation, like y'all got,
right.
we haven't had an opportunity to really see Love.
See what we haven't, man. Yeah, he got into a couple
Taylor
of games, but
Taylor
that's
Heineke isn't up against
so.
anybody.
But
You know what I'm
let
saying?
me, yeah, and not only that. So if you saying love sucks, does Justin Fields suck too? Because they basically in the same boat. They don't have nobody to pretty much show them, you know, the ropes. Don't bench him. Just let him play and make his own mistakes. Can you afford to allow that to happen though,
And
right?
it becomes that it's like every little thing that we can say is something else that someone could say that was like, it's like let Love play. I mean, let Taylor play to make his mistakes. Is like, but is that art? Does he have? Can he come back from that? Can he do that? Like it's
Right.
a 50-50. It's like, oh, but you bring
Right.
in a mentor, you allow him to learn under a mentor, but it's like, but should we like have we seen enough from Taylor Heineke enough to like, okay, maybe he can take in consideration his running back went down when they was having a good running game. He was on the second string running back. Y'all played with without two or three of your wide receivers, without your tight end,
Mm-hmm.
and then take in consideration the defense, which is also a part of the equation, wasn't as potent as it was once they lost. What's his name? Is it Taylor Brown? Once y'all lost your defensive end and it started to make a difference in y'all defense, that fell apart on him. So maybe Taylor isn't as bad as we think. But I mean, I'm just speaking. I'm not a Commanders fan, so I'm not as dialed in on that. But like Bishop say, is it worth that? Do you take a chance on that?
Right.
Do you damn the team and the player by
Right.
giving them an opportunity, or like it's just one of those things? Oh, they going off now. Uh,
Same as love. He needs playing time to grow, not holding the clipboard.
same with
But don't you gotta hold a clipboard at some point,
But
AP? You
for
have to
Love,
hold
it's
it.
different though,
Yeah.
because Love is behind Aaron. Taylor ain't behind anybody.
Nobody. And that's two different scenarios.
Hmm.
Taylor was great last year when he made the playoffs. Our defense did their job and had Taylor be a managed QB. Oh, we got Frat on here talking. That's what I'm talking about, Kelvin. Isn't that why they are drafted to play? I mean, put up or shut up. Either shit or get off the pot. I mean, yeah, I get it. But let's look at it like this, right?
Hmm.
You do you okay, yeah. You get paid to play the game.
Hmm.
I got it. And when it comes to quarterbacks and stuff like that, you come in, but there's a serious learning curve coming from college to the NFL. And every
Everyone is the same
single
level or above.
yes, and every single quarterback will tell you
The game is faster.
speed way faster. Thank you. Thank you. Way fast. Every quarterback will tell you the game is way faster when you transition to the NFL. So that takes time. That's not something you're going to learn right offhand. So I know somebody's going to come. Well, look at Joe Burrow. Well, there's some. There's an exception to some. Why are we talking about the 30-second? AP
Y'all,
going in on
I was,
them
I was about to say,
Commanders,
all
bro.
them commanders, bro.
Yeah, keep it starting until he loses his spot. But Jordan, can you honestly say that old boy can afford to do that? What's his
Mm-hmm.
name? The coach.
Heineke or
No,
Rivera, Ron
Rivera.
Rivera.
Can you honestly say he has an opportunity? He has the time to do that. People ain't trying to wait to see if this dude can come through. Okay, Apple, let's not start on your Cowboys. Yeah, I knew that was about to come. I knew that was coming.
Here come
Um,
that East rivalry.
Yeah, you already know NFC East, but yeah. So you know what I'm saying, the learning curve is different, bro. When you come into the NFL, it takes time. Like I said, when it comes to Joe Burrow, we get it. Joe Burrow, there is the exception. He has come in and has been able to flourish as a quarterback coming straight out of college and coming into the NFL, and has played well. Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong, made it to the Super Bowl in just his second season,
Mm-hmm.
and made it to the playoffs the year before. Everybody's not like that though. Everybody's not like that. Everybody's learning, learning is not like everybody's learning is not the same. So Heineke may not be on the same level of learning the plays and learning how to do things with the Washington Commanders like Burrow was able to do with the Bengals. I mean, it is what it is. Heineke, I feel like, what year is Heineke on?
Three, I think 2, 3. Let me see.
3. Okay,
I'll
I
look
think
while you sip and talk.
yeah,
Yes.
I think he's on. Yeah, so Heineke, you know what I'm saying. So I think he came out right before Burrow. I want to say he came out right before Burrow. Applewhite, at least my QB don't blame the rest.
Shots
Ooh,
fired. Pew, pew.
pew pew. Um, but I'm just saying, yeah, Heineke. There's nothing wrong with being mentored. Some of the best have been mentored. Tom Brady, the GOAT, who was his mentor? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Bless so
Thank you. Aaron Rodgers, who was his mentor?
far.
Don't worry, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? These guys didn't just come into the league and become great quarterbacks. They sat behind somebody who was great before them. It only makes sense. It is a winning recipe. Who did Steve Young sit behind?
Yeah, Joe Montana.
It's a winning recipe, bro. Like the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Okay, I know some of y'all gonna say, well, look at what's his name?
Oh, Heineke been around for a while.
Has he?
7 years.
Oh, he's on the seventh. So
He got
where
drafted.
is
He
it?
got picked up. He got picked up by the Minnesota Vikings. He was there
Oh,
for
he did
three
get picked up.
years.
Yeah, yes,
New
yes, that's right.
England a year, Houston a year. Well,
That's
he
right.
went 2015-17. He was at the Vikings. Then
That's
he
right.
ended up Green. Then he was in New
He was
England
in New
and
England.
Houston. And then 2018 he was with Carolina. Then he ended up going to what's that called, the AAL or something like that. He
And
where
I
he
was
played.
and I was about to say, who did Russ sit behind? I was thinking about
Russ sat behind the was the Hasselbacks, or not sat behind. He came in during that Hasselback term because Russ wasn't expected to be
right, but
uh
I was thinking of that one who I was thinking about that won the Super Bowl. I was thinking about oh boy, whatchamacallit, Kansas City. He didn't sit behind nobody either.
oh, Alex Smith. He sat behind Alex Smith.
He did sit behind Alex Smith. That's right. He did sit behind Alex Smith. So that is a winning. That's the recipe, bro. I get it. Russ might be the exception of the fact, but look at Russ now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it's all said and done, I feel like a good quarterback or a veteran quarterback is only going to make a rookie or a short term quarterback that's been there not very long better, in my opinion. That's just me. He started with the Vikings. He is a journey. He is a journeyman. I didn't know Heineke had been in 7 years. So, with that being said,
Just,
mentorship may not. You're right. Mentor Russ had a running back defense for days. He did. He did. We know the Legion of Boom. We get it. Um, when have the Commanders been good at picking QBs? Let's get the real Washington has not had a good since Doug Williams and Joe Theismann days. Ooh. So you saying whatchamacall wasn't good, AP? You saying golly, why I can't think of nobody's name today? Um what's the one that came out of Baylor?
Oh, RG3.
RG3 wasn't good, AP?
He said no.
Wow. Yeah. Um I don't know, man. When did the Cowboys have a good Ooh. Shots fired. He gonna say Troy Aikman.
Yeah, we like
He
yeah.
gonna say Troy Aikman. That's the last time they had a good
So
QB.
quarterback. So just a few Washington
Always stop it,
Redskins.
Applewhite.
Yeah, we're not gonna say that Applewhite, but
Always, Applewhite, stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I know you're not calling whatchamacall good.
so Washington has had Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins, Robert Griffin III, Jason Campbell, Joe Theismann, Sammy Ball.
Ooh,
Who else have they had that was probably of some significance? Of course, like you said, Doug Williams, uh, Mark Ripken,
I remember Mark.
mm-hmm, that's
They even
right.
had Donovan McNabb.
Heath Schuler, yeah, Donovan McNabb, Danny Warfel, Tim Hasselback, Mark Brunell. Yeah, so Ryan Fitzpatrick, Josh
Right.
Johnson. So I
Yeah.
that I mean that's not shabby.
It's not. It's not. But it ain't the best
You
either.
know, yeah, I was about to say it don't
It
jump
ain't.
out at you, but that's
No,
not
it
shabby.
definitely ain't the best. You definitely ain't the best. I will say that. It definitely ain't the best. But yeah.
To
Yeah.
where
You can't blame them QBs. It's our O line can't stay healthy. That's why mostly our QBs get hurt. Okay, that's fair, Anthony. Yes, we've had QBs, but you have to let this play out. Okay.
where
What you
where
talking about with Heineke? Jordan. Now you see why Washington has been at the bottom of the league forever. Ooh.
now Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks have been Don Meredith, Roger Staubach, that's your man's,
Yeah, he's
Danny White,
definitely.
uh, Troy Aikman, Steve Walsh, Steve Berline, Wade Wilson, Jason Garrett, Randall Cunningham was a quarterback there for a
He
second.
was. He sure was.
Quincy Carter,
Quincy. I remember
Chad
Quincy Carter.
Chad Hutchinson, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Henson, Tony Romo, Brad Johnson, John Kitna, Matt Cassell, Brandon Wheaton, Kellen Moore, and like I said, Dak, Garrett Gilbert,
Ooh,
and Cooper Rush.
y'all pretty much in the same boat.
Sounds pretty similar.
And to me, yeah, when you really look at it, y'all quarterbacks, y'all quarterback history is almost the same. The only step, the fact that we know Troy Aikman definitely won
And
some
only
Super
two.
Bowls.
What's even more interesting is only two have been. Only about three of them have been successful in the postseason with winning
Wh-
records. Craig
which was
Morton,
Troy Aikman
Troy Aikman,
and Roger
Roger
Staubach.
Staubach.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
I figured that.
Everyone else has even won was lost their Super Bowl. Like, of course, Troy Aikman, 1995, he went 3-0. He went 3-0 in 93, 3-0 in 92.
Right.
Staubach went 3-0 in 77, 3-0 in 71.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I knew it was Roger and Troy that pretty much it has pretty much made the Cowboys who they are. So y'all kind of in the same boat with Dallas having a slight edge because of Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach.
them receipts will do it to
Yeah,
you all the time.
all the time, every single time. Proof is in the pudding. I mean, yeah, yeah. That's giving Dallas the edge because of the fact of Troy Aikman and Roger
And Roger
Staubach.
Staubach, yeah.
hmm But as far as
Crazy.
them other quarterbacks, yeah, y'all almost pretty much in the same boat.
So Bishop, I need you to decipher something for me.
Okay.
This hits home for you. Y'all GM Howie Roseman basically stated that he expected more from Jalen Rieger. What is that saying to you?
I totally agree. I expected more. Keep dreaming. The Commanders are in the bottom, and they boys are in the top 10. I totally agree, bro. I totally agree. Jalen Rigger did not pan out the way I expected him to pan out coming out of K State. I think he came out of K State. I think Jalen Rigger came out of K State. He definitely didn't pan out. He's not playing up to his caliber, bro. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they was willing to get rid of Jalen, because he's just not doing it for me in Philly. He's not playing up to his potential. He definitely needs to play better. He needs to help, Devontae to be a true number two. I
Mm-hmm.
truly believe that he needs to help Devontae be a true number two. We know Devontae is number one, so he needs to be a true number two. Right now, the number two is Zach Ertz.
Mm.
I mean Dallas Goddard. Dallas
Dallas
Goddard.
got it. Dallas
Dallas
got it.
Goddard. Not Zach Ertz. Dallas Goddard. He's the number two, bro, and that's bad. That your tight end is the number two over a wide receiver. That's not good.
Especially for that reason. It's not like he's that number two because that's the safety blanket to the quarterback. Is
Nah,
because the
he just
quarterback feel
catching the
like if I
ball
throw
better.
it to you, like
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
you gotta
I'm
set the
taking a
thing.
chance.
I gotta take a sack because I'm thinking if I throw this ball to you, that I'm gonna.
We
That's like
finna
I
be
gotta
third
like
and
yeah.
13 now
Yeah, it's
instead
like
of two second
I gotta
and
take
yeah.
this sack because I feel like if I throw you
Mm-hmm.
the ball, you're gonna tip it, you're gonna interception, or I'm licking you off because I'm waiting to see someone else get open that's open.
Yeah,
Like
that's bad, bro. And Jalen definitely needs to make he needs to step his game up. Hopefully this offseason he's working on his hands, working on getting open, working on his routes. At Apple, having a top 10 team every year and still sucks is not a good look. Yo, Apple, tell me this the year, your Super Bowl year? We know, hey Anthony, we know every year is Dallas' Super Bowl year, bro. Like that's their thing. That's their thing. Every year is Dallas' Super Bowl year. What you won't do, Applewhite? What you won't do, Applewhite? Hold on now.
it's,
What you
he's not gonna
won't
be
do?
he can't talk on your Eagles.
Mm-mm. The Eagle scheme hurts the team. Their offense is very predictable. Really? How you figure that? Well, you know what? I cannot actually disagree with you, Applewhite, because of the fact we have a coach who does not believe in the run game and is definitely abandoned the running game. Therefore, we have problems. The same Bishop treated me in flag football, never threw me the ball past 10 yards. You stupid. Stop it, Bronny. Don't do that.
Come
I
on
did
now,
throw you the ball, but
you
your
know your
hands.
hands.
Yeah,
Yes, come on.
say that. Trey. Thank you. Say that, Trey. Say
He
that, Trey.
said it while he was on the show. That his
Say
hands
that,
was.
Trey. Yes, we will be contenders. Y'all stay y'all contenders every year. Well, y'all did make the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you, Trey. Say that part. Say that part, Trey. Because I've given you opportunities, like you said. Like Jalen was like, "Damn, I want to throw it to Jalen."
He's like, I see him open. He sit up and like, hey,
God, I
hey,
want
hey,
to
like,
throw it
oh,
to him.
oh.
Oh.
Do I waste this? Like, do I waste this down on him on
Or
50
do I,
or do I simply go
come
to
on,
somebody?
Dallas, get
I
open,
say,
Dallas.
hey,
Hey, as soon as this is Jalen Hurts in the huddle. All right, look, the ball's going to Jalen Rigger. All right, but as the huddle breaks, hey Dallas, look, y'all know Jalen ain't gonna catch this ball, man. I need you to get open, bro. All right. Hey, everybody think it's gonna go to Jalen, but hey, I'm looking for you. I need you, bro. He's hurting my stats. He's really hurting my stats, bro. We need this first. All right, Dallas. All right, break.
you get to
You know
call
what I'm
it.
saying?
You get to call it the play and then people were like, wait, what is that? And you already know because it's go 80, go 82, go 82. It's like what the hell is that? Like
Yeah, it's bad, bro. Like
it's
I
like
like that, man.
it come back and Jalen be like, I thought the play was for me. Oh no, we had the hot
Dallas
route.
was wide open, bro.
We had
Dallas,
the hot
man, I had to throw him. He was wide open.
the
Jalen, like,
defense. I seen it.
bro,
I had
he
the
was
hot
covered
route.
by 3 people.
I had the hot route. I seen the
But
defense.
man, what I saw, I didn't see the three. I did. He caught it. We got a first. We got a first, Jalen. We got a first. What are you talking about? We got a first. Let's just get in the huddle. Get online. We good.
get
Catch
up
the
and try to
ball. That's what
get
we
up,
need to do.
get
Catch
up
the
and try to
ball.
dap him. Like, okay, John, keep the spirits up. Like, all right.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, like, hey, Jay, we gonna rigor. We gonna run a sweep.
Yeah.
We gonna run a
Bro,
sweep.
this dude here, bro. I had so much hindsight for Jalen Rigger, man. I just knew. I was like, Jalen to Jalen, that's gonna be a tandem. That's gonna be the thing, J to J. But man, Jalen, the one Jalen just ain't showing up, man. One Jalen is just not living up to the other Jalen's name. I'm just saying.
So additionally, we're going to the second year. We getting
The
ready to
what?
move to another year. We getting ready to move into another year. So I
Um,
ask you, what second year quarterback do you believe is going to have the biggest leap in 2022? Is it Trey Lance, um,
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, uh, who was Lawrence, uh, who was the quarterback for the Jets?
Um, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. I can't get it out. I can't get it out. I can't call his name. I see him, but I can't call his name right now.
Zach Wilson,
Wilson. Good lord.
Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Kellen Mond. Even though we didn't see him, Davis Mills, he has an opportunity.
Matt Jones.
You think it's gonna be Mac Jones?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Mac Jones already met his ceiling. I
I don't
no,
think so.
correction,
You
not say
met his
ceiling,
ceiling? You think
not
he met
ceiling.
his?
Yeah,
No, I
not
was
ceiling.
gonna
I'm
say,
sorry,
good
I
lord.
I spoke a little.
I
So
was
not
like, good
like
lord.
yeah,
Damn,
damn, like
you ain't giving that dude nothing. Like, damn, that's it. He done. That's as far as he can go.
so I will say I think he already met the point at which he was going to send. I think before I think he's going to probably even fall back a little or two, maybe stay where he is to a degree, and then probably a couple of years from now, as he gets better into the system, become a little bit better.
Mm.
So I don't know. Of course, I would like to say Trey Lance, but
Of
I think
course
it
you do.
actually might. When I look at that, I think it might be Davis Mills. I think Davis Mills has he has an opportunity going in, knowing that
But
he's
did he
probably going
play
to be the
any
start.
at all this season?
Yeah, he was the quarterback for Houston.
Oh yeah, because of DC.
Yeah, so I think he might have knowing that because they had Tyrod, but
Tyrod, I was about to say Tyrod.
Tyrod
Yeah,
does what he does and injuries and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and yeah.
But I think going forth with him training and moving as the number one, I think he's probably going to. Well, I don't know. I won't say that yet.
Yeah, that's I think that's a bit far fetched right now for him. I don't know about him. I
Maybe
think
it
Mac
might be.
Jones.
Maybe it might be Trevor Lawrence
We got to
or
see.
Justin. Maybe
We got to
Justin.
see with Trevor. Trevor really didn't have, even though he was the starter, he didn't really have an opportunity, bro. Like Urban Meyer was not the coach for him. It was just, man, I just feel like, yeah, absolutely. That's why I say Matt Jones. You got the GOAT and coaches in the coach. So Bill
And so
Belichick,
what
I
is
feel like
interesting?
he's gonna be that dude.
What's interesting as well is as we was having the conversation, only one of these quarterbacks had a mentor in front of them. Well, I guess you could say Justin had like half because he had Red
Foles.
Rock. Yeah, no, not for. He also had what's his name? Red hair.
Oh, Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton. He had Dalton in front of him, but the only one that actually had someone in front of him was Trey Lance.
Oh, yeah.
But
With
everyone else
Garoppolo.
played. Trevor
Well,
played.
Love.
Yeah. Well, he's not a second year. Love is like a third year player at this point. Ian Book, he's another one, but I don't
Oh,
think he's
yeah.
getting any time. I
I don't
don't think
think he
he's
got
going to
no. Did he
emerge
get
as
any burn?
he played one game and it was horrible.
Oh, that don't count.
His
Yeah.
his first throw was a pick six.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
They played. Remember they played against New Orleans. Played who was
Yeah,
that?
yeah, 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 yeah. One game don't really count.
Who's this Jamie Newman dude? That's
Jamie,
y'all.
Jamie Newman. That's us. What?
He's in Philadelphia.
Jamie Newman. Who is that? I don't
I
even
don't know.
know. I ain't never heard of him. Jamie Newman.
Yes, sir. Jamie Newman.
He didn't get no he didn't get no burn, so I don't know who he is.
Yeah, he plays for the Eagles. Philadelphia, Jamie Newman. Where's he come from?
Mac has Bill Belichick to keep him straight and put him in the winning situations. Facts, AP. That's why I said Mac Jones. We all know Andy wasn't teaching just nothing, just like Jimmy G would ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh,
You
Wake
right now?
Forest.
Oh, Wake Forest. And
Yeah, he's quarterback for Wake Forest.
you know they're not a football squad.
6'3", 234 pounds. Wake Forest rookie. He was a rookie
Six
for
foot
the.
three, 234.
Yep,
Good lord.
quarterback number 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles.
He's a big that's a nice size. That's a real nice size, especially compared to Jalen 6'1", 225, I think Jalen is. I think Jalen 225. Hmm.
But Jalen a little powerhouse, isn't he?
He got some thickness to him. Yeah, he got some stump behind him. Yeah, but 6'3", 235? That's big. That's nice. That's nice, nice. Hmm. That's interesting. Hmm.
Mac and Belichick keep him high, keep him straight, put him in a winning situation. We'll see. Yeah, whatever. But everyone was so. Of course, I sit up and think I'll be remiss if I sit up and dig and say I didn't think about we had a chance at Mac Jones. But it comes back to my mindset is that yes, we had a chance at Mac Jones, but does that mean Mac Jones would have been that person for us at the end of the day? So it just it comes down to that. Like ultimately, I always think about that. We had a chance at Aaron Rodgers, like
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson, Patrick
Tom Brady.
Mahomes. Yeah, we had a chance at all of them,
Tom
but
Brady.
would
Yep.
Tom Brady? Yeah, so it's like, but would they have been that person for us if we had got them? So
Right.
it's easier
Good question.
after the fact, but
Yeah, good question. Mm-hmm.
so yes, indeed. So of course, Bishop, as we know, Zion Wilson is went to Portland to continue to work out to help him separate himself from the team as he was rehabbing his left foot. Do you think there's anything to be thought or said or any ill will when it was found out during All Star Weekend that Zion Wilson had not contacted C.J. McCollum upon getting to New Orleans as a new pickup?
No, no, I mean, no, I don't.
So
People
okay,
try
let
to.
me ask you this: Are you,
Mm.
if you get scooped up by a new team, are you looking for quote unquote the face of the team to hit you up and be like, "Hey, welcome to the team. Hey, what's good?" Are you looking for that, or even if you
Am I
were that
looking for
person?
that?
Yeah.
I'm looking for that, but I don't know if I'm necessarily looking at that looking for that from everyone.
Okay. Okay. But you would expect it from the face of the team. If you were the face of the team,
Is
you reaching out.
Zion really the face of the team though?
And that's why I said quote unquote, because I mean it could be him or Brandon. Right now, it's looking like it's
Right,
CJ, but I mean, but for
right.
the most part, at that time, it could have been him or Brandon. So I mean,
Did Brandon
are
reach
you?
out?
Yeah, he talked to Brandon. He said the only person he hadn't heard from at that point was Zion.
Well, shit. That I mean, shoot. I'm sorry. Well, yeah. Then yeah. I mean,
Or I mean, maybe
Zion. I mean,
he's
Zion.
young. He maybe
What
ain't know the protocol.
that that part. I was about to say that part too. But not only that, Zion got so much on his plate right now. He's so focused. His focus is probably trying to get back on the court right now because right now everybody's looking at Zion to be a bust. The next Greg Oden.
Mm, that's not a
They're looking
good.
at him being the
That's not
bust,
a
bro.
good.
So right now, exactly, that part, that part. So right now, Zion's probably not even, and then not saying that it's intentional. I just think that his focus is trying to get back on the court, and he really not really taking in consideration that CJ done made it over there with him to be a teammate and stuff like that. I don't think it was intentional. I just think Zion's focus is somewhere else right now.
If you were the team face, when would you be reaching out to the acquired teammate?
I mean, I would reach out as soon as I found out he's signed with us. If I got a new person, especially somebody like CJ, I would probably reach out as soon as I found out he signed with us, and if I and be like, hey man, welcome to the team, man. Appreciate you coming over here, signing with us. Hey, as soon as I get healthy, hey, I'm looking at us doing major things, man. We the next tandem. Let's take the Pelicans to new heights, man. Can't wait to be on the court with you. That
Yeah.
that would be me.
Hmm.
But again,
But of
that's
course,
me.
Zion
That
is
that's
young.
me.
Yeah.
But that's me healthy too.
Yeah.
That's me healthy, playing already. Out there, knowing that I need some help. That's me being healthy. Me being not being healthy. Me not being on the court. Me
I'm probably
still
not even thinking about
rehabbing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. My focus is like how much stuff. I mean, we of course. I'm sure he sees it on TV and hears it in the tabloids and stuff like that about CJ being signed. But again, right now he could have been at rehab trying to or physical therapy, not rehab, but in physical therapy when all that took place and may have
Hmm.
forgotten to reach out to him or whatever. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea. And again, when I look at it, if it was me, my main focus, man, I got to get back on this court, bro.
Hmm.
I have to get back on this court.
Like no respect, no disrespect.
None,
I'm dialed in. Like
none. I got to get back on the court, bro. I am dialed in, working on trying to get my health back, get my foot right, so I can get back on here and help CJ. Because I can't. I'm not doing him no justice by being on the sideline or
hmm.
being in Portland. But how much better would they be with him though,
Good
AP?
point.
That's the
Yeah,
question.
that's the question.
Yeah, we can win. You can win games without him, but how much better would they be with
Like
with?
that
Yeah,
hindsight is
yeah,
always a mug. Like you see
yeah.
one thing, it's like it sound good
It briefs
right
well.
now, yeah, and then you get
It
there and be
briefs
like,
well.
oh, it's like yeah, we gonna go ahead and go without Zion. And then you getting
Mm,
smashed,
yeah,
and with Zion, then did the smashing a couple of times.
right, right. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they may be playing well without him because they've been without him for so long, so they didn't
Yeah,
figured it
gotta
out.
adapt. Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't figured it out. They didn't, got everything
I
got
think
used
you
to it.
have to allow for like in that situation where it comes close to. I mean, I'm very sure Zion would be in his third year, in which
Third or
third
fourth
year,
year.
yeah, third or
Is it
fourth year,
third? Yeah,
which means he's going to even be coming up or extension or he's going to be a free agent. So it's one of those things to take a look at it, be like, where are we at with it? Like, is it effective? How effective is it? What can we do going from there? So that's definitely it remains to be seen to say if they need him or don't need him right now. They don't have him. That's just a clear cut. Is they ain't got no point choice but to go forth without him. So
right. Right
it
now,
comes back, so of course they won't know if we need him or not till next year when they're playing, and if they're not clicking, it's like, well, we didn't need him, and you look to trade him or move him and bring in some other assets, and then see how the team does at that point. So they need to
yeah.
call up Greg Oden.
Hmm.
He's Applewhite says they need to call up Greg Oden.
Yeah, we know Greg Oden would be like that's what Zion's trying to find himself not being, man.
Oh, good point, Applewhite. We're looking for the college phenom, and he's not coming.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's yeah.
No, he's there. He just plays in Memphis.
That part. That part. That's the college phenom we looking for. That part. He's playing. He just ain't on the Pelicans.
So, of course, what as reported yesterday, Jordan Poole, um, guard for the Golden State Warriors, is looking at an extension. So let me lay this groundwork for you first, Bishop, before
Mm-hmm.
so I can see the pop of the eyes. He on his rookie contract, entry level contract, he signed 4 years, $10 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he averaged about 2.5 a year, guaranteeing $4,000, $4 million,
I was gonna say what?
$4 million.
Uh-huh.
So next year, of course, he's going to be a restricted free agent because of the contract.
Okay.
The Golden State Warriors, per his play, are looking to pay him, extend him 4 years, $80 million.
for for Jordan
Jordan Poole.
Poole.
They're looking to extend him 4 years, $80 million to
Is he
lock him up
playing that
early.
well? Is he
Look,
playing that well?
he's nice. I'll give you that. Like, so the ideal, what comes up is, of course, he's getting it right. At this point, he has started 50, 35 or 30, 53 of, no, 35 of 53 games in his career between last year and this year. But of course, Clay was injured, Steph was injured, Draymond was injured.
Injured, yeah.
Like, they've had a plethora of injuries, but he's been consistent. So they're looking to lock him up ahead of time. Like, we ain't gonna even allow you to get the restricted free agency. We're gonna go ahead and extend your contract, give you an additional, give you additional $70 million, where you go from making average of $2 million a year to making $20 million a year for
Oof,
additional 4 years.
bro.
The look on your face, like
That's crazy.
he's like, man, that's got to be a vote of confidence. At the
Boy,
same time,
you
like,
talking about
yo,
you talking about running to the gym, bro, getting your game right,
like, let me go right now.
bro.
Like, hey, get up, let's go, get up,
Yeah,
let's go. Ain't no game, get off the game, let's go.
yeah, yeah, like, bro, like, golly, that's a
That
huge raise. God,
that's a big increase, but at the same
boy.
time, does something come with that though? Because like we were just saying, like, oh, that's a vote of confidence, but now you got to hold that line or even improve so that next year you like, hey, 20
But
million,
but
we
but
talk about.
but but at the same time, though, Trey, you gotta look at it though. Do you really have to hold it? Because at the same time, you look at who you're playing with. Draymond, Clay, Steph. Like, all you got to do is do your
Just
part.
doing, yeah, do our part,
Just
because
do
that's what they
your part.
said. That's what they said. He's probably going to end up going to the bench and becoming a spark off the bench. So at this point,
Right.
all you got to do is represent on the second unit and
Mm-hmm.
be ready for the call up to the next unit if something happens.
Right.
So and make 20 million a year doing it. And
Yeah.
then now that you say that, a couple of years from now, or you do enough to where I'm added in a trade and I'm the linchpin of the trade where I'm sought after, it gets you another payday later on down the line if you continue to be productive. So I mean, but I'm very sure they're making it hard for anybody to match 20 million a year for a second for a fifth year player.
That's crazy.
That's a hell
Wow.
of a jump. My
That
second
is
my second contract, I go from 10 million. I go
two
I go
two
from
and a
two
half million.
million a year to
Two and a
20
half
million a
million.
year.
Man, 18 million, $17.5 million more. Good Lord, bro.
He must be putting in that
That is
work.
a serious pay raise. Golly, man. I was always wondering. I've been meaning to ask you this earlier in the week, and I forgot.
Uh huh.
You know, right? We talked about this All Star game and all of that, right? And we talked about Ice Trey Young, and then we talked about, of course, uh, uh, golly, what's the name in Dallas?
Luca.
Luca. So, my question to you and everybody that's watching: we know Trey was drafted
Mm-hmm.
by the Dallas Mavericks.
Mm-hmm. And they traded. They flip flop switches.
They flip where with sent Trey to Atlanta and Luca to Dallas. After seeing that, that was what,
Mm-hmm.
4 seasons ago, 4 years ago that they did that. Who won in that flip?
I think Dallas, man. I know Trey is a boom
Boom!
soon,
That he
but
is.
I think so. When you look at it, at the end of the day,
Absolutely, Anthony. Absolutely, with a smile. Absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
I think at the end of it, what happened is Trey has actually all both of them have upside, but
Right.
what you get in Luca is he's been a professional for a great amount of time
Overseas. Right.
overseas as a kid. Like when Trey was playing AAU ball, Luca was in the gym, shooting in the gym with some of the best players in his countrymen, playing against them and traveling and stuff like that. So it was his curve was already, he was far ahead of the curve at that point. And if for Dallas to go ahead and do that, then that just speaks to that was more so what they wanted. But at this point, I think they're pretty equal
Mm-hmm.
because in all actuality, neither one of them has advanced pass. Oh well,
I
no,
that
Trey
part.
did. Trey, well,
That
last
part.
year Trey did. He took him.
Oh, that's right. He did. That's
He
right. He
took him
did.
far. But
That's
prior
right. He
to
did.
last year, both of them, neither one had the advanced pass the first round or the second
Mm-hmm.
round. Last year Trey did. Uh, so I just think Luca has more.
So if that's the case, how is Luca out? How is Luca the better off then? If Trey's gone farther.
So it's like when we was talking about the other day when we looked at Thibodeau,
Mm-hmm.
defensive end from Oregon versus Hutchinson, defensive end from Michigan. When we
Mm-hmm.
look at it, it's like we see greatness in both of them, but you see a longevity in the other in one of them. So
So
I
you
think
see more longevity in Luca than you do in Trey?
and Trey, yeah.
Why?
Because I think because Trey tries to play to the style of basketball, which has become sweeping the nation with the long 3 pointers
Long ball.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and to do that, even though saying he's effective in other areas, but ultimately what we have is
Good morning, Zach.
Luca's Luca is a little more fit for this. He's a bigger body. Um, he's able to dribble, pass, shoot, create off the shot. The only thing I think he lacks, and I'm not sure, I think Trey has more of it is from a leadership aspect on the team. So if we was to take them and put them back on their originally draft teams,
Mm-hmm. Would the Dallas Mavericks be the same Dallas Mavericks, and would the Atlanta Hawks be the same Atlanta Hawks?
I don't think the Atlanta Hawks would be the same amount of Hawks. I well,
Wow.
So I
With
think it would be
Luca.
a little different. Yeah, Luca, I think it'll be a little bit
Oh,
different. They
wow.
might. I actually think they might be a little more dominant, but I don't think the cohesion would be the same.
Mm.
Because I mean, you got to think you got Luca, you got Collins. You like that's a lot. You wouldn't need Trey to be. You wouldn't need a shooter because he has Huerter. You know what I'm saying, and Hunter. So I think Atlanta would be a dominant team, more of
Mm-hmm.
a dominant team than Dallas would because. But then it becomes different. I just think Atlanta would be more effective. Although
Mm.
I think Atlanta would be more dominant, would be a bit dominant than they are now. But I think Dallas might be a better team because you got to think.
Which team would go further if they was flipped?
So if so, the presumption is if Trey was on Dallas, I don't think they would have traded Porzingis. They would still have
Mm.
Porzingis,
Good point.
and
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
Dallas. I mean, I think Dallas would go further. Having Jason Kidd as the coach for Trey Young, I think Dallas would
Oh,
go further.
that's interesting. That, but you still got, but you're giving it, but
I
you
think a
feel as
dominant
though.
team. I think Dallas. I think Atlanta would be dominant, but I think overall, Atlanta would. I mean, I think Atlanta would be the dominant team. Would be more dominant than Dallas, but I think Dallas would go further with how they're meshed and put together.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, like I said, I've been meaning to ask you that. I had seen it on TV the other day, and I had forgot that Trey had got traded and was
Yeah.
picked by Dallas initially, and got traded by with Luca, and Luca ended up going to Dallas, and Trey ended up going to Atlanta. And I said I was going to ask you that on the show, and it just came to me, and I was like, oh man, I've been meaning to ask that, and I was just wondering, I was like, wow, what if it was flipped? What if it stayed the way it was? And will the Warriors be the same if you trade Clay with Trey? Clay would trade.
So you know what? This is something I thought about. So this is why you
I
think about that.
don't know. Because now if you move Trey in the place of Clay, Trey becomes the point. Steph is no longer the point. Because Clay is the two, whereas Steph is the one. But if you move Trey over, Trey will become the one, Steph will become the two. I would not call Trey a ball hog, bro. I don't see Trey as a ball hog. I see him as a person who carries his team, especially out there in Atlanta. Trey, and then ball hog? You can't be a ball hog when you are averaging as many assists as Trey's are averaging. And let me get that for you because Trey is at bro. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't agree with that one, Applewhite.
So
You
something
need
which
to.
I realized, right? It was, and please tell me if you agree or not.
Mhm,
As much as we sit up and talk about and praise Stephen Curry
mhm,
for
mhm,
his shooting prowess and all that type of stuff,
mhm.
bruh, Clay ain't that far behind. So
No,
think about where
not
Clay,
even. Yeah, and a lot of
like
people don't realize
he's
that.
not as, he's not close, like, but I mean Clay is a shooter too. Like
Absolutely.
so we talk about Steph, like, and that goes to Steph's.
I hate, I hate, I hate TV, bro.
Why is that?
Do you know Trey Young is 6'1"?
For real? Oh, AI was 6'1" too. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
supposed to
but the
because I'm six
TV
one.
makes them cats
Yeah,
look. Well, I don't know if
smaller.
it's the TV or it's the players that they
It's the
play with,
players. Yeah, it's the players.
because
The
they make
players.
them look small, small. Like Trey Young is the same height as me.
Yeah, the same as me. And AI and hell,
That's crazy.
Steph is 2 inches taller than me.
That's crazy, bro. Like that is literally crazy. But anyway, go ahead, finish what you were saying
I
about
was saying that
Clay.
how Clay gets kind of left out of that great shooter
Uh-huh.
um position because I mean he plays behind Steph. He plays with Steph for one.
Hmm.
And so he gets omitted because Steph, I mean, has just been doing it. But man, he has a sniper on his arm too, and it remains to be as he comes up. And you got to think he was gone for 2 years too,
Hmm.
so it like we might still be waiting for Steph to eclipse those records if Clay had played them 2 years
Right.
because he would have to been sharing the ball, or maybe not. But that dude, man, I am in awe of Steph's ability. God, do you think train God given? What, a little bit
Yeah.
of both?
Yeah, I do. Definitely a little bit of both. Definitely a little bit of both. But
That man,
just so you know, Applewhite, Trey Young in his career, he got drafted in 2018. So he's been in the league going on 5 years. He has averaged 9.5 assists a game. 9.5 assists a game, bro. That you can't be a ball hog averaging 9.5 assists a game, bro.
what's
That's
his
almost a double double, bro,
what's
every
his?
game.
I was about to say, what's his scoring average
He's
career?
averaging 24 points a game, 25,
20, 24,
24.9, 25 points a game. He's averaging
20,
his average
25 and
assists
9.
25 and 9. 25 and 9. That's not a ball hog, bro. I'm sorry. That's not a ball hog. I'm just saying, bro. That's not a ball hog. But back to your question, Trey.
Hold up, you see Anthony's question? Tell him. He's like, have you seen? Has he seen your piano?
Stop it, man. Will y'all stop it, bro? Stop, bro.
Has he seen your piano?
Who seen my piano? I don't have a
Anthony,
piano. Just
Anthony,
that's what happens when you have a small TV or
evidently,
laptop.
after he hasn't seen your piano.
Obviously, though, why is MB trying to do Harding step back 3 point shot, 3 pointer shot?
I think that
Who?
was just he
Yeah,
tried that. Yeah,
I
to
think
trap him.
that's just something that you do. I mean, what person in the NBA doesn't try to do that step back three? Like for real, everybody's trying to master that shot. But back to your question, Trey. Uh, yeah, man. And like I said, when it was all said and done, man, I was just looking at Trey and Luca, and I was like,
Hmm.
damn, if they hadn't flop spots, like
Where
how
would
where
the
would that
organization be?
would that team would Atlanta be better with Luca, would Trey, would Dallas be better with Trey? Yeah, it's just a wonder. You always try and figure out how the team, especially now that we've seen both of them 5 years into the league, and we're looking at how they're playing with their prospective teams, and it's like, ooh, and like he said, you made a great point. I hadn't even thought about that with Porzingis and Trey. Like, ooh, like Trey don't have that big dude like that out there in Atlanta.
Not like that. Not a
Porzingis,
big
yeah,
shooter. I mean, he
yeah,
has
not a
John
Porzingis.
Collins. Oh, but he has pretty close. But he's not a Porzingis. Like a
Nah,
solid
he's not a
second
Porzingis.
player.
That's what I'm saying. He don't
Yeah.
have a Porzingis. He didn't have a Porzingis out there. So and then like you say, Porzingis is no longer in Dallas because of the things with Luca. So, Porzingis probably stays in Dallas if trades there. It's a possibility. You never know. Especially when you got a not taking nothing from Luka. Luka's a great passer too, a phenomenal passer. Not taking anything from Luka. He definitely shares the ball. But yeah, when you got a guard that's averaging 25 and 9, ugh, ugh. Just saying. I'm just saying. What do you say, Anthony? How you see Brooklyn team coming together, all shooters? I think it's gonna be good, man. With the Dragon, we talked about this briefly yesterday when Trey brought it up in regards to the Dragon headed in the Brooklyn. Brooklyn, stand up! Hey, yeah, with the Dragon going there, man, I think it's promising. I really believe it's real promising, Anthony. To be honest with you, I don't know if you heard this, Trey, but they're in talks about allowing Kyrie to play home games.
Oh yeah, they're trying to figure out a
Yeah, they
way.
trying
Yeah.
to. Yeah, so if he comes back to play home games, ooh, boy, with Ben, ooh, and the Dragon, ooh, and then KD comes back, ooh, bruh, it's gonna be nice.
So I have a question in which is somewhat a question, but first I have to get through the first part of this. Is of course it was stated that Joel Embiid stated that he had reached out to
To Ben,
yeah, Ben at least a week, 2 weeks prior to the trade deadline and tried to get him to stay in all
oh
actuality.
wow,
Basically, it also seems like Joel Embiid was against it potentially, but he felt like
against
he
the
said
trade.
he was against reaching out in general because he said he was
Oh,
he's like he had at that point he hadn't cared anymore, but
right, he was
he
pretty
said
much
he
fed
tried
up.
to do he tried to do what he was supposed to do as a teammate
Right,
and reach out to him. So with that being said, do you think it would have been beneficial had been with Joel B feeling that way? Do you think it would have been beneficial had Simmons decided like, okay, I stay, but Joel feeling that type of way at that time? Do you think that would have been beneficial? Could they have worked on it throughout the season, or was it best that he went ahead and left the organization in the trade?
I think it was been best. I think it was best that he went ahead and left the organization. I don't. Him Joel reaching out to Ben, I don't think it would have made a huge difference. I think it might have been a
It was a
band-aid
genuine,
fix.
maybe.
It'd have been a band-aid fix. It'd have been something that might have worked for a little bit, but after when it's all said and done, I feel like it would have went right back to what it was.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
And
and
so the
that's
next
not
part.
me being biased to the Nets. That's not me being biased. That's just I just feel like that would have been a band-aid fix.
And so the next part of that question, which is more so conducive to you, is do you think uh, Ben is mentally ready now to go?
Now that part I don't know. Ben did the
Mm.
right thing and got out of there. Them Philly fans are ruthless and forgiving. Facts, and that's why that's why I say it's a band. I think it would have been a band-aid fix. AP, I totally believe it was a band-aid fix. Do you think LeBron leaves next year knowing people wanted that trading and the general manager said no?
Nah,
That's a question for Trey.
I don't think so. Nah, but Ben, so we all forget that. Come back to that. So you believe that he was that he's not ready. That oh, you said you're not sure if he's ready mentally or not yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ben's mentally ready. I'm hoping that he is. I'm hoping that the trade has gotten him over there to the Brooklyn, and he's gotten settled in Brooklyn, and it's gotten him to a point to where his mental state is better.
Mm-hmm,
I'm hoping that he's been speaking. I'm sure he's been speaking to Kyrie and KD
mm-hmm,
and well, Seth Seth was already his teammate, so I'm sure Seth then probably reached out to him and talked to him a bit and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that his mental state is better, but I don't know. Like I say, I hope I can't wait to see him on the court. We still don't have a due date on when he's playing, being able to hit the hardwood. I'm assuming he's definitely gonna hit it before March 10th because that's when they play the Sixers. I would hope he hits it before March 10th. I wouldn't want that to be his first game back because that would definitely not be good. What's up, Wayne? Good to see you, bro. I'm glad you can make formation. I got a 48-56 for you though. But But yeah, I would hope he come back sooner than that March 10th date against the 76ers, because I would like for him. I would want him to gel with his teammates.
So,
Um,
do you think it'll be? Do you think it's better or more so advantageous if he doesn't play on that March 10th game? I just thought about that. Should he play in that March 10th game?
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely. You have to have a statement game, especially against the team in which
all
I would
this is
see.
all came from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have been got help with his issues, or he just wanted
Yes,
out of say. So Anthony, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question. So, and only Ben knows that question, to be honest.
if it's helping him, or
Mm-hmm.
if it was all a ploy or something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Because some people, I mean, some people probably do feel just like you just stated, Anthony, in regards to that. Ben may not have necessarily had a mental issue. It might have been more so the fact that he just really, really wanted out of Philly. You know what I'm saying? Which may have put him in a mental state. Because when you're unhappy in a place where you're at, it messes with you mentally. So that could have been the case.
Not yet, Wayne. Not yet.
Now we at what? Have you guys
We
talked about
haven't talked about the equal play yet.
equal pay?
Remember the question he had yesterday when we was leaving off. Actually, I think I have something for that, Wayne. More to come on that, but no, we haven't talked about it. The women's equal pay.
Oh, this is LeBron's last good season. He will be an average player next year, missing more games each year, needing to rest his body. Well, we already know AP. LeBron has already stated his future. He's only staying in the game basically to allow his son to come into the league. He's already, you know what I'm saying? He's already mentioned that he's wanting to stay within the league until his son gets into the league, and whoever drafts his son, he wants to go to that team so him and his son can play a season together. So LeBron is pretty much in the back of his mind, he's pretty much done. I feel like he's just trying to wait his time out until his son gets in. That's what I feel. My question is to you, Trey, who says his son gonna make it?
And so that has been the rhetoric and some of the things in which they
That's
talked
my
about.
thing.
Like it's like at this point you're even one. His son has to be drafted. I mean, his son
Oh my
has to
bad.
be
You put that up.
drafted by his son has to be drafted by the team in which he plays on, or his son has to be drafted and that team has to be willing to take him in at that part. Like,
You
but
talking
who
about
said,
LeBron? Take him
yeah,
in,
yeah, take him in. So it's like it's though one of those two things have to happen. But like you said, it's clearly stated who said he's going to be drafted, or
right?
if he doesn't draft it, who said he's going to be picked up as a free agent
He
in
could
that
end up
as
right. He could end up in the D League. But this is the thing: his son Bronny could end up in the D League before he makes it into the NBA.
yeah, that's like just like the Ball brother, who the only one who's not he's on the G League roster right now, but it took a while.
Do
No
you
different.
believe that, Anthony Price? Do you really believe that? Because
I
every player, every great player son doesn't make it into the league, bro. Not all of them.
so Wayne, you say his son can play.
Jordan's son didn't make it in the league.
Yeah, and I think Jordanson was able to play, but he wasn't. So I'm not to take away to say that he can't play, but
Yeah,
is he NBA quality of a player
play. Yeah.
to be
It looks
drafted
like
to
he can
be
play. It looks good that he can play when he playing against people, you know what I'm saying? He playing against his
his
peers,
peers? Yeah,
and he's towering over a lot of his peers because his dad is 6'9", and he probably took a lot of his measurables from his parents, his dad and stuff. Yeah. But when like we talked about football, when you get into the big league, let's see what he do in college first. Let's see if it transferred from high school to college first, and then we can talk about it. We can say, you know
Anthony
what I'm
said.
saying? Let's see that first. Even though you don't know what Bronny gonna do though, Anthony. Like you don't even know what you've seen what he's doing in high school. That doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna transfer over into college or in the NBA. Facts. Absolute facts. Everybody know Philly, it's a hard place to play. as a team.
They're gonna love you hard. They're gonna hit you
Hit
hard.
you hard. If you ain't a Philly all the way, bro, they will. They will. Man, who cares? It's LeBron.
So this
What?
is why I clearly
You clearly a LeBron fan. You definitely a
I
LeBron fan.
clearly think
Obviously.
that honestly, what we have to take in consideration is LeBron is starting to is on the downswing.
He definitely,
So
without
at the end
question.
of the day, I think like 3 years from now, LeBron is going to be a shell potentially of who he is even today. So
Yeah, because what
that's
grade is what grade is Bronny in right now? Is he what is he?
he's an 11th grader.
He's a junior. Okay, so he
Hmm.
still has a whole nother year. He got this year and then a whole nother year in
The
high
only
school.
way he would have to reclassify to this year, and then so I mean it's different things, but at this point, like I said, is do you do that and stunt his development, or like what is it exactly that they're looking for? So at the end of the day, I foresee Bronny getting into the league at minimum at 3 years, unless and oh he said he a Curry fan. He
Wow, I can't tell, Anthony. I can't tell.
So I think I see him getting there at least 3 years because he's going to do finish out his year this year, and then he's going to go to college. Then he's going to do his senior year, and then after senior year, he's going to have to do that 1 year, whether
At least
he's
one
in
year
the
in college, right?
college, G League at
G
night,
League, right?
NBL, or just sit out and train, whatever it is that his dad has for him. That is going to be the rhetoric that we have. So we're looking at least 3 years, 3 or 4 years, where we can say LeBron is done. I
And
don't
that
think
puts LeBron at what age?
what 42.
Ugh.
So I don't know, and I definitely don't think them 3 or 4 years is going to be done with the Lakers. I think at some point he's going to slide off,
Mhm.
unless we pick it up or unless we get some good players or there's more to be appreciative of at the end of the towards the end of the year. That would determine. I would like for him to finish with LA, but of course, as we know, that might not be the case. Um, I definitely think it's basically a it's unfair to Bronny to sit up and have to be in that situation, but that's just what it is. But I don't think in any case anyone's going to think of it as we're getting Bronny, we're gonna get his dad. Now they might think about it like, okay, we can draft him. He might be of this caliber, that caliber, but we could take a flyer on him, and then there might be a constellation. Might be we potentially could get his dad too.
But is his dad gonna be worth anything at that time set in that time?
So what I'm thinking is, I would hope that his dad signs for a veteran minimum at that point too.
Well,
Like,
yeah, without question,
don't
I
think,
think he'll do that.
yeah,
Yeah,
don't come to this joint thinking you're gonna make
yeah.
40 million, and you're saying like, nah, we're not
So
gonna.
I'm thinking, like you said, we looking at LeBron being 42. So that means what? If you whoever signs Bronny, and then
Mm-hmm,
ends up signing LeBron on a minimum contract,
mm-hmm.
that means 9 times out of 10, LeBron is coming off the bench.
Yeah, and he's a mentor at that point.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's like so it's definitely so or maybe he might not ever make it to that, or maybe he might be with the organization that signs him, but he's not a player. So it just depends. I don't know because you
Well,
got to
see, this
think
is
Bron could
well,
take a chill pill, and then he always could decide, hey, I want to come back, sign with this organization, and then so it's many different ways in which he can do it. So he can so he can get to that milestone that what
that
he wants to
task that
do.
he
Yeah,
wants to do, right,
and play with his
which is to
son.
play with
Yeah.
his son. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But that was just that was just to answer your question, AP Applewhite, in regards to LeBron and his son. He's already stated that that's why he's still in the league right now. Mainly is that he's waiting on his son to become an NBA or get drafted in the NBA. I'm willing. This is my thing, Trey. I haven't heard anything about Bronny being scouted by any college yet. Any?
True. Well, I know they supposedly. I know Duke was one. It was a couple. I can't call them right
Oh,
off the top of
really?
my head. Yeah, because he's a 4-star recruit at this point.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I didn't know. I hadn't. I know I hadn't heard anything in regards to who was looking at him in regards to colleges. But okay, if Duke is looking at him, okay, we'll see. I'm eager to see how he how his game transfers over to the college. I really am. Running up and down the court at 42 is crazy. It is. It is. It's real crazy. It's real crazy, especially with the injuries in which LeBron is been facing these past few years and not being able to stay healthy. We talking 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
That's some age on them ankles, them knees. That's running up and down that court, bro. Ooh. It might
So
be good to what Zach say, retire and try and come back, or like Trey
yeah,
said, retire
yeah,
and come
basically,
back and
yeah, chill for a second. Be like,
chill
okay,
for a second, relax them jokers, and try and come back. I mean, it just I don't know.
so as we talk about top stars in the in not NBA in the NCAA football, Bama has done it again, Bishop.
What?
They got they got a 5-star cornerback that was signed that decided to sign uh,
Mm.
to play at Bama. Cornerback Jaleel Hurley committed is just another one 6'2".
Ooh, at a
Yeah,
corner.
at corner
That's
six
nice.
foot two,
He probably under 200 pounds though. He probably light because he high school kid. He probably light. They'll beef him up though.
six
They'll
foot
beef him up.
two. I was like,
That's
damn,
nice.
6 foot, bruh,
That's
six foot
nice.
two.
That's
And they
that's
say
that's
and they
that's
say he
that's
has
Richard Sherman size.
they say he has say he has decent speed.
Yeah, that's Richard
So
Sherman size. Because Richard Sherman is like 6'2". Yeah, that's nice. That's
So
nice.
I was like, oh well. I was like that. Well, that works. But
Mhm.
something else that was a little more interesting to me, Bishop,
Uh-oh.
uh,
Here comes
in
some
the college
nonsense.
football.
Here comes some nonsense. I already know. When he do that, I know it's some nonsense coming. Here we go. Go ahead.
So the most top 10 of the most draft picks selected since 2000, right? So you know, it's only two. I'm going to give the list, but there's only two teams in which I'm truly worried about.
Yeah.
There's only two teams.
Yeah, I know.
So would you like me to go from the bottom up or from
Yeah,
one
go
to
from the bottom
10,
up. Yeah.
10 to one?
Yeah, fine. That's cool.
Okay. Number 10, Michigan with 101 draft picks since 2000. 22 years and 21 years. Number 1 is Michigan with 101. Number 9, Oklahoma with 106.
Okay.
Number 8, Florida State with 113.
Okay.
Number 7, USC with 117. Number
Number
6,
7. They're number 7?
they're number 7. Yes, Oklahoma's number 9, USC is number 7. Number 6, Miami with 123. Number 5, Georgia with 124. Number 4, Florida with 125. Number 3, LSU with 133. Number 2, Alabama with 137. And lastly, Ohio State with 151 to top out the number one in the number one team, number one college or team with the most draft picks since 2000, which is 21 years at this point.
Mm.
Which is, I guess you could say for the most, that's pretty close. That's only a difference of 50 picks
Mm-hmm.
over 22 years. When you do an average, that's not bad. Too, I could look at it. But anything that has USC above Oklahoma, I'm with.
Of course you. Of course you would. Of course you.
Even if it's by 10 or 11.
Mm.
So I
Anywho, I
can
knew.
get
I
down with
told
that.
y'all it was going to be some nonsense.
And then did you hear But did you hear the news about the what the decision was on the CFB?
Oh yeah, they're gonna keep it at 6.
They're gonna keep it. Well, yeah, until well for the top four, but they're
Four,
until
four,
because
four
yeah
until
for the next 3.
2026,
Yeah, because
27.
they're
Yeah,
contracted
that's right.
to this platform until 2025. So the 2026 season they'll start, and they're looking at potentially changing it, in which they may look at adding additional teams to the mix. But
Okay.
by then we'll be good. We only the Pac-12 buys have been really moved because USC is dominant, more so dominant at that point, and we'll be in there anyway. So
Mm.
So Clemson, I don't think is in there because they I don't think they did that in the last 25 years. You got to think Clemson just came on at least what the last 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 10 last 10 years, which they've
Mm-hmm.
been dominant. So, but back when they had Taj Boyd, around that time frame, so he probably won't Applewhite, but he's gonna be ready in two
Yeah.
years, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Bishop, if you had a son,
Mm-hmm.
if your son, or even you have a your daughter had a son, right?
No, she had a girl.
Had a daughter. Oh, okay. But if you had a son, would you urge your son to go to one of these schools and sit and wait, or are you instructing him to go to a school that might be mediocre, a friend school, to where he's starting? What do you say? What say you?
I think it depends on the school.
Hmm.
Depends on the school.
UTSA.
Do I urge him to sit or
Do
at
you urge him?
UTS?
Do you urge him to go to UTSA and sit, or go to? Do you urge him to go to UTSA and start, or Oklahoma and sit?
Of course, I'm gonna say Oklahoma and sit. Of course, I'm gonna say
Really?
Oklahoma. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell him go Oklahoma and sit. Yeah, because the thing about that is the thing about sitting. Um, opportunities always presents themselves. So what depending on what position it is, you have a
Mm-hmm.
possibility of coming out there on the field and showing your worth.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you know what I'm saying, whether a player gets hurt, whether a player gets suspended, or whatever, you have an opportunity to show your work. Now I get it, yeah, UTSA you playing now, whatever, but it's UTSA. Not taking anything away from that program, but it's the fact that it is UTSA. It's not Oklahoma. It's not one of the powerhouse schools. So yeah, I'm definitely telling them to sit. In my opinion, for me,
Mm. What about he's a corner. He can is he are you gonna let him go play at let's see, Temple? Does he go play at Temple, or do you tell him to sit at USC corner?
he's a corner.
Corner.
Oh,
Does he go play at Temple or sit at USC?
oh, he definitely goes plays at Temple.
This dude, man. Oh my God. Stop it. How dare you?
Ah!
Oh my God.
No, man, I'm definitely no. I'm sending them to USC, man.
And hey, just go sit
Yeah,
your turn. Just wait.
yeah, yeah. Just wait. Just hold out. Just wait. It'll come. It'll come. It'll come. Stop it, Wayne. Stop it, bro. Stop it, man.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it, man. Stop it. Hey, Trey, I meant to ask you before we jumped off basketball. Did you see about that? You hear about that new show that they about to do on the history of the Lakers legacy?
Yeah, the show.
Did
Yeah, it seems like it's a story about Magic,
Magic
but
Johnson? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They
yeah,
just
it's
showed
gonna
it
be on.
again, and I
Yeah,
meant to ask you about it. I seen they just showed a preview again on First Take. That they doing a show about the Laker legacy, and they got a dude that looks just like Magic, man. That dude, I mean,
hmm
they found a dude that fits Magic to a T. Can he
yes,
start on the average
I'm
school
definitely.
then?
I,
What?
I'm definitely gonna check it out. Can
What
you
you
start
say,
on after
Anthony?
school?
Can he start on the
It's
average? Can he start on the average school then transfer 2 years later? Yeah,
possible.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He could do that. I like
possibly.
that. Yeah, I like that. He could do that. He could definitely do that. Definitely. We know a lot of people do go JUCO. A lot of kids go JUCO and then transfers. Yeah, he could do that.
But yeah, I definitely plan on checking it out. I know I missed the Brady documentary.
I
I
did too.
missed
I
that,
haven't watched that one yet either. But
and I haven't watched, and I really didn't catch fully the the TNT NBA inside the NBA documentary with Chuck, Shaq, Ernie, and Kevin Smith. So I
Mhm.
didn't catch that either. So I might go back and check that out. And like I said, look at the Brady one, and of course, catch this one
Mhm.
when they start to
When they
air
air
that.
it. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you like? I saw. You know what I did do though. I would say I went and took a look at the Aisha Curry show and Steph Curry show about last night. Pretty interesting concept.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. It's a
So
cooking show, ain't it? Ain't it? Or something?
no, it's a like a couples trivia dating show.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's on if of course it can be caught on Cinemax, or if you have the HBO Max app, you can catch it there as well. The concept is pretty nice.
Haven't gotten into Snowfall yet, Anthony. I seen previews of it, but I haven't gotten into it. I have definitely been contemplating about watching that show, because it does look like it's good.
It is. It
I
is.
haven't. Oh, you've
I,
watched Snowfall? I haven't watched
yeah,
it.
I'm this season. The new season is getting ready to start, and the season before it, I haven't caught yet. But
How
hell,
many seasons they on?
I think this will be the fifth season. I think.
Oh, they that far up? Ooh,
Yeah, so that's a
okay.
binge watch situation.
Mhm.
So you have that, of course, that, and then All American. I'm behind on All American too.
No, I watched the premiere yesterday or Monday, and then I watched the new All American Homecoming
Oh,
that
so
came
that
out.
is a spinoff from there.
That is a spinoff. Yep, it
Okay, I
started.
will have to check.
Yeah, that came on right after All American.
Okay, I will have to check those. I will have to
Yeah, the
check. I will have
spinoff.
to
Yeah,
get caught up with All American. Check this one out and check out Homecoming.
yep, yep. I'm caught up on
So
that.
yeah, all you know, what I'm saying shows binge watch season.
Yep.
So of course that's what we have for today. It has been a great conversation. I greatly appreciate the conversation with you all. Bishop, go ahead and take us out, brother.
Hey, once again, man, thank y'all. Thank you all again for tuning in from the Waynes to the. Oh, what up, Coach
What's
Dante?
up, Coach?
Anthony Price, Freddie Wayne, AP Applewhite, all of y'all, Fred, Zach, all of y'all, my LB. Thank y'all so much, man. Again, I say this, and I'm not gonna stop saying it, man. Without y'all, we wouldn't have First Formation. We greatly appreciate y'all tuning in to us every day, Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time. And for you civilian personnel, that's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We definitely thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate the feedback. Keep giving us feedback. Keep putting it in the comments. We definitely like to post the comments and react to comments on the show. That's what this is all about. Trying to give you the best updates on all of what's going on around the world in sports. With that, man, enjoy y'all hump day. Have a safe hump day. I'll holler back at you. This is your boy Bishop and Trey. I will sign my 40. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. I appreciate you. Sign block 13 and make sure you initial I concur.
I
Um,
concur.
y'all have a great Wednesday. Y'all be safe, man. We love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Cyro 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated in the building. We'll holler back.